it's telling me that that's kind of crazy. It's basically like not streaming on YouTube right now, so I'll have to fix this. This is okay. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Okay, my fault. All right, we good now. It seemed like we was having some technical difficulties. I apologize on that. Because I was this is the first time I ever seen something like this. It seemed like we was on a delayed start, but for whatever reason, we back with it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Shout out Basil Carpenter Jr. Shout out Rap Guy Reloaded. There's a whole lot to discuss. Yeah, okay. Appreciate you, Rap Guy. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but we have some things to discuss tonight involving Mr. Lonzo Ball, ZO2. You know, the Chino Hills prodigy. Obviously, news broke. You know, don't think that things just went over our heads. You know, but the verdicts are in, man. There's a lot of things to discuss. You know, Lavar Ball, you know, triple B's, you already know what it is. You know, CEO, you know, whatever title, you know, this man, made some valid claims today, and a lot of people can make it and twist it their own little way on what he was saying. You know, it wasn't a major commitment. I heard a lot towards the Bulls. He spoke a lot on, obviously, when Lonzo's absence, which we know is just, you know, crazy. But what we all want to know is, when is Lonzo coming back? And we're going to discuss that because LeVar Ball stated many things, you know, that we need to break down tonight. Before we do that, I need everybody to hit that like button. If you're new, most definitely hit that subscribe button. LeVar Ball today was on Give Me the Hot Sauce with Stacey King, you know, pretty much literally 24 hours, you know, after news broke involving Lonzo Ball. And it wasn't the best news that we would have liked. We about to get into it. Shout out All Access. What's the deal? Dex talks to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in these streets. Shout out to the panel as it reached its premium peak. And shout out to all of the cacophony and chatter that's coming out of the creeks and crevices of the chat. And big ups to everybody pulling up to Flight Sports TV.
That's right. That's right. Shout out All Access, man. I know you see. Did you see the show today? You know, Give Me the Hot Sauce. Are you familiar with Stacey King?
Most definitely, I'm familiar with Stacey King. Yep, I go back with Stacey King all the way to Oklahoma, and
Okay.
um, and he was a phenomenal player there, All American. Uh, and I go to Stacey King when he got drafted by the Bulls, and I still deal with Stacey King as a Bulls color commentator. And most definitely, I seen the podcast today, and it was very funny.
Right.
And I couldn't help but to laugh all the way through. It was a great experience, and I appreciate the entertaining aspect of LeVar Ball because he knows the situation with Lonzo is very, very tense. It's very, very serious, and he made light of the situation and the anxiousness that everybody have been drenched with dealing with Lonzo Ball in his absence.
Right. Absolutely. Shout out Rap Guy Reloaded. You know, the news. I like you said. You right about that. That's a good way that you. That's crazy the way you took the interview today. It seemed like he's trying to ease some of the tension. That's what you took from it. Like that's what you kind of taken away from it.
Yes, because there is a definite and obvious groundswell of anti Lonzo Ball sentiments based on him not returning. And there's things people probably want to say, but they haven't said it. pertaining to Lonzo and his off court issue.
Right.
He seemed like he's very happy and content, and that's probably pissing a lot of people off. Like,
I know. That's why
you know,
it's so
he's like
crazy.
he's
I'm
lover
starting.
boy right now, right?
Yeah, it's starting to make it seem like they not really content on the Bulls. All they concerned about is Lonzo coming back on the floor 100% healthy. That's what I was taking away from what he was saying.
And that's what you should take away from it because that's the main thing. Because, like you say, he reiterated Lonzo's youthfulness as an NBA player, and he stipulated very strongly that Lonzo's only 25 years old. So m- taking 1 or 2 years off is nothing compared to if you come back too soon and be off permanently and not by his own volition.
Right. It seemed like the Bulls, Stacey King and the crew, it seemed like they was being very, kind. It seemed like they didn't really go too crazy from a Bulls perspective, because, from a Bulls perspective, I mean, what point do they start to think about a serious backup or a serious caliber starting point guard? Because what I mean, the injury to Lonzo, God willing, things get rectified. But what's the direction of this team? There's a lot of money on the books. There's a lot going on. We definitely gonna get back to what Lavar was speaking about, but just from a Bulls perspective, because Stacey King represents just all things Bulls, correct?
Most definitely, you got to understand that Mark. Well, okay, they do it like this: Acme, AKME, right? Um, he has invested a lot of his mindset and teamwork with his liaison with the general manager, right? So that's why they call it AKME, Acme, to bring these players over to the Bulls in order to assist, help, facilitate Zach Levine getting over the hump, right? So
Right.
Mark Eversley, as quiet as he may seem, he punched a big stick. I mean, he carries a big stick. He walk light, but he carries a big stick. And we already know that AK is basically is the voice of Bull's mouthpiece, right?
Correct.
So when these two gentlemen sat down and decided to bring in these talent for Zach Levine, it also catapult them. I'm talking about this tandem, Arturas Karnasova and Mark Eversley, to the status of one of the great tandems basketball minds in the NBA currently. And if the Bulls wouldn't have had that despicable slippage, that duel, Bulls front office of Acme probably would have won Executives of the Year. I mean, it would have been hands down. It was nobody even close. I mean, Boston would have been close. You know, we got to get Boston that because they made a miraculous turnaround from the first half of the season to the second half of the season. It was a tale of two coins, right?
Right.
But the Bulls surprised everybody. And when Stacey King today on his podcast broke down what we've been saying since day one, Flight, how people tend to overlook the excellence of Lonzo
Hmm.
because he's not
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
all the
Real
way
sad.
integrated into how can I say this properly? He's they don't see him all the way integrated into the main play
Hmm.
of an offensive set, even though he's the initiator.
Right.
How Stacey King broke it down, how he said he never noticed that about Lonzo because he saw him twice a year, right?
Right.
When he played the Pelicans, when the Bulls played the Pelicans twice a year. So it's a lot of little nuances that he overlooked.
Hmm.
But when he came over to the Bulls and he started seeing this guy in practice, he noticed there was a change in the Bulls based on this young man's presence and the way that he played basketball. So when Stacey King was saying that, Flight, I was saying, wow, man, we've been saying this for like forever, and people were like thinking that we just fanboys, right? That's what they was
Right.
calling us, right?
Right. I'm gonna add something to it. What Stacey King was saying, he was discussing really very in particular with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. He spoke about that basically they're working a little too hard this season, you know, and basically last year they it's almost like they made the game harder than it was because they was still shooting. Zach and DeMar was still shooting over 3 or 4, but they was just freestyling. They was just wilding. Lonzo Ball gave them that opportunity to do that. But a lot of people may have thought that, oh man, he's not doing nothing. What the hell is he doing? He's in the corner. He's doing the, he was enabling them to be the best versions of themselves. But they made it harder on themselves when they want to shoot over 3, 4 defenders. They didn't reciprocate the energy and move the basketball around, like the way Lonzo Ball was trying to inject into the offense. And they're suffering tenfold right now for it.
And you know what, Flight? That's 100% correct. But I was going to get
Yes,
down to that a little
we're
later
going to
on.
break it down tonight.
Yeah, for DeMar DeRozan and what's your name? But also, Stacey King was short of saying that these two, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, have a very, very low intelligence quotient. He was he he stopped short of saying that.
Right.
And with Lonzo Ball, he mentioned how high his intelligent quotient is, especially the way he navigated the floor with those two shot chuckers. And that's a key component of what is missing with the Bulls. I wanted to have the reserve of not saying or promoting Lonzo importance because I already know how people is going to take it. You in the hip pocket of Lavar. Blah, 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 blah. Because they have low intelligence. They have low intelligent quotient. They have low emotional intelligence. So I don't want to be going back and forth with people with low IQ because then the only thing they can resort to is name calling. So Stacey King was right on point, Flight, when he spoke about the importance of the presence of Lonzo Ball. And it's good to hear it from someone of that ilk. Because we all know Stacey King is an intelligent person, especially when it comes to basketball. Because when he does his commentating and the way he is so fluid and charismatic with his language and lingo, you know he knows what he's talking about. Because he can put a picture in your head that makes it so clear and obvious of what you're looking at. So there's nothing deceptive about it. He's straight to the point, and that's what we appreciate about Stacey King. Also, like, it is so good that Stacey King is a true bull, right? We know he's a true bull. He bleeds red,
That's
right?
fine.
And the way that he laid down his formula on how the Bulls can get right the ship
Right.
is with the healthy Lonzo Ball. And this is why he put emphasis when he asked LeVar, okay, when does Lonzo come back? What's up with the knee? Straight up. Let's
Yeah, I
cut
know.
to the
Yeah,
chase.
yeah. They was circling around that question.
And then LeVar humbly told him about the training. Basically, LeVar was, short of saying that, listen, man, you guys screwed my son
Yeah.
knee up.
At what point does the Bulls medical staff
You know what I'm
come into
saying?
play? I mean, they
You
just
talking about when he come back, y'all screwed him up. All you had to do
right.
was go in and clean the knee and come and let be. But y'all
Yeah,
leaving debris and all kind of stuff in there.
yeah. The Bulls medical staff is just getting completely off the hook. I mean,
You follow what I'm
Lonzo ain't
saying?
no doctor.
So so it was a really touchy thing because they don't want to press LeVar too much because then he's going to open up Pandora's
Yeah,
box,
yeah. And
and
he
then
gonna
Stacey
ruin your
King gonna be
show.
blamed for it.
Yeah, they're gonna ruin their show.
You know what I'm saying? And then Stacey King gonna be blamed for it, and then it's gonna come
In a
back
good
on
way.
him
In a
when he
good
get in
way.
that booth. Like,
Yeah, he
did,
gotta
what,
go. Yeah, he gotta let them know what it is.
you know what I'm saying? So they have to be careful how they question him
Yes.
because they have to be careful how he's going to answer as well. So they try to circumvent a lot of things, but at the same time get some information out, but not be too uh, brazen. That's the term I was looking for. They didn't want LeVar to be too brazen on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of play with it a little bit
Right.
because it's already been said. Even when Dave Kaplan was interviewing LeVar back, a few months ago, it's already been said. Not 50, not 60, not 70, not 80, not 90, but 100. And if you think about it, Flight, the stream that we had a few days ago, I mentioned this. I mean, I was talking to Toxic T. I think it was just me. Toxic T was going, um, bouncing off each other. And I was explaining to Toxic T, it's not about him getting traded or moving or quitting on the Bulls or whatever. It's more about his being healthy. And when he be healthy, he should come back and play, regardless of what situation the Bulls are in. He should not sit out if he's healthy. And I'm so glad LeVar reiterated that. You know what I'm saying? Like LeVar put it like this though. He said, I don't care if it's 2 games left. If Lonzo is healthy, he played those 2 games. So it was he said a little different from what I said it, but that mindset is on the same linear path. You follow what I'm saying? As soon as he's healthy, you come back. It doesn't matter if they sit Zach. It doesn't matter if they sit Vooch. It don't matter if they sit DeMar and he playing with the remnants. It doesn't matter. Come back, play your game the way you're supposed to play it at the level that you know that you can play it at. Don't sell yourself short. You follow what I'm saying? And I
Right.
appreciate that. And like I said, this is something that we didn't have the discussion on that aspect of it. It just common sense
Yeah.
says that if you're healthy, you play. If you're not healthy, wait until you get healthy. Don't rush it. But like LeVar said, the ball boys are good for business. And one thing we have to also recognize about how he inserted LiAngelo, G Honcho, 8 Ball, light skinned gorilla into the mix. And he basically telling Stacey King, you need to push that on to Mark. Since Stacey King brought up LiAngelo, because LeVar didn't bring up LiAngelo.
Yeah, I know. I like how
Stacey
he
King
brought
brought
in
him up.
Jella. And he said if he ever got with Lonzo, it'd be over.
But even before it got to that, Stacey King had already acknowledged as a basketball mind and a basketball player, there's no way that your son should not be on somebody's roster.
Right. I like that Stacey King addressed that.
So he's letting us know that there's a lot of fluff concerning LiAngelo. You know what I'm saying? With
Right.
with that Charlotte Hornet situation. It's a lot of
Politics.
fluff.
A lot of politics involved. Man, listen. This guy, Lonzo Ball, the situation definitely, I just wanted to get rectified. It's definitely tough. LeVar Ball knows a lot more. Obviously, he's the closest to the situation, but you can't expect him to give you every single thing right then and there. So I mean, it's very crazy. You got to kind of decipher, through what's going on. Like you took from it, he's trying to ease the tension. Calm people down, turn Chicago. So the news just broke yesterday. Billy Donovan has said a few things and then led people down a crazy spiral. And then now today, I took from it as like he's seeming like, yo, listen, when Lonzo Ball is ready, he's going to be ready. And it didn't seem like it was contingent on what the Bulls situation is all about. He highlighted on what he's missing, and I mean, I like what LeVar Ball said because everything he said was the truth. He talked about Kuzma, he talked about Ingram, he talked about Zion, he talked about all of these players, who's played with, Lonzo Ball, and once Lonzo Ball's not there, it's just things just go downhill. And this Chicago Bulls situation isn't any more evident, so it just doesn't make any sense. It's very troubling to me, in my humble opinion. But LeVar Ball knows what he's talking about. So if anybody wants to sit there and act like he doesn't know what he's saying, I mean, I pity the fool, But I tell you what, let's see what happens. At this point, with the Lonzo Ball situation, it just don't make no sense. I mean, I mean, it's crazy. You bounce the ball around in your head, a lot of different ways, pause, but it's like I don't know which way this is going to end, but I do know that Lonzo Ball is 25 years of age, and me, in my humble opinion, I want him to be back tomorrow. Just like LeVar Ball said, if he could get any part of this season, I think that he's with that. But you hear another side from the Bulls saying time is ticking. So it's not on Lonzo Ball's clock. The Bulls gonna eventually prepare a deadline after All-Star break. You heard Billy Donovan stated that 24 hours ago. After All-Star break, there will be a cutoff time involving this Lonzo Ball situation, so it's not going to linger. And I don't know, the season for Chicago is lingering. Ever since Lonzo Ball went down, the season has been lingering, and they started the season right where they left off a season ago when he left. Just spiraling downhill. Hopefully they can rectify this situation. I don't know. It's just disgusting. Lonzo Ball is the truth. And the Bulls, man, they're gonna have to rectify their situation, man. When Lonzo Ball was there, they was number one seed, point blank, period. Head and shoulders over a lot of people. And now look what has happened. You got all these all world scores, dudes making a whole lot of money. Listen, Lonzo is hurt. You got these guys on the floor, ex all stars, making $200+ million, 100+ million, just hijacking the money, out here just going for none. Dudes damn near on the way out the league. DeMar probably got another two to three more. And I'm being nice. DeMar is on his way down in terms of playing at this level. And I don't know why he hasn't decided that it's time to play winning basketball at this advanced age. I guess he think he's going to be able to just run wild in the regular season forever. Zach LaVine, I mean, this has just been, I mean, come on. And people question was he worth the money before they even gave him the money. But the Bulls was backed into a corner. They had to give it to him. But Lonzo Ball is the player to make all of this work. And without him, it's over.
And you
And
know what?
yeah, you gotta talk to me, Dax.
Yeah. And another thing is, it's good that you said what you said because it was much needed.
Yes,
Uh,
I got a lot more.
I know. I don't want you to spill it all just right now. That's why I have to stop because we got to extend. We got to extend
Right,
the show.
right.
When you look at the situation with Demar and Zach, that is a culmination, not a combination, a culmination of lack of identity. Last night was a perfect example. Billy Donovan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he has something to blame on that loss. But Billy Donovan drew up a play where Zach Levine was to take that shot. Remember, we kept
He's
hammering.
on the way out the door. Go ahead.
Yeah, we kept hammering about Zach Levine taking the last shot if he's going to be the future of the franchise. He got to start now. I mean, they below 500. So when are you going to start uh, blowing up your shooting helium in your kahunas,
Right.
basically? You know what I'm saying? And DeMar just couldn't have the patience to allow that to happen.
Something's wrong with him. Didn't
When you
Lavar highlight a play? Go ahead.
when you look at that last play of the game,
Mm.
all that is a culmination of lack of identity of who is the man. Remember that movie, Who's
Clowning.
the Man? Who's the Man?
Yeah,
And
but
they both ended up at the same spot at the wrong time.
see, but when you make it
The-
$200 million, I mean, this don't make no sense. It's
But
just
listen,
something wrong mentally.
but listen though, Flight. We know basketball is a game of runs. The Bulls took off the first half. Okay. Then the Clippers took off the second half. Out of all that, the Bulls had two opportunities to win the game or even tie the game. Zach jack off his free throws, go to the line nonchalantly, miss 2 out of 3. Boom. Then they get another blessing, getting the ball back. Alex Caruso putting the ball in. I think I would have had Dragic throw that ball in, but nevertheless, I don't know, maybe because he's left-handed. I don't know. But anyway, Alex Caruso trying to get the ball in. Zach is supposed to come off the pick, come all the way around on the arc, catch, shoot, elevate, score. They needed a 3, first of all. I don't know what in the hell DeMar DeRozan was trying to get in that situation when he's not one of the better 3-point shooters. I know he haven't made two
It's
three
something
point
mentally.
shots.
I told you. It's something mentally. Go ahead. You gotta be
I,
so it gotta be something. I'm sorry, Dex. It gotta be something mentally, like I stated, at this age, especially for him. Zach don't get a pass either. But I'm just saying for DeMar's sake. Well, at what point do you say it's time to change? I mean, I don't got much
it's
time.
hard. Like
Go ahead.
you already know the old adage. It's hard for a leopard to change its stripes at this stage. I mean, change its spots at this stage. So
Yeah,
I doubt if he changed his spots. But nevertheless, DeMar DeRozan just itching because it's just in his head that I'm better than you guys. You follow what I'm saying? It's in his head, Flight. He already talked about absorbing the airness of Michael Jordan, putting
oh,
on the cape and taking the team on his shoulders.
we're in
How is he
trouble.
going to talk like that? It's not even
We're in
his
trouble.
team. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? Compton, that's not even your team, Compton. CC Ryder,
right. They're in
it's
trouble
Zach
when you
team.
said that.
You here to help Zach. So you violating the 48 laws of power.
Yeah,
He must need to read that book. So anyway, they end up in the same spot at the wrong time, right?
right.
That fudging. See, I know what happened. See, nobody's talking about this. Zach fudging. Zach don't want that smoke, Flight. The
Right.
man took forever to get there. How is it gonna take you 5 seconds to take 4 steps?
And you making $200 million.
You making $215 million, and you take that long to get to that spot
They should have
where
put some
Caruso
incentives
had to
on that
almost
contract.
panic.
They should have put some
Caruso,
incentives on that deal.
Caruso had to almost panic to get that ball in, so they wouldn't get a 5 second violation. Yes, somebody should have called timeout, but regardless of the point, Zach's supposed to be there in 2 seconds. You get the ball 2 seconds, you got 3 seconds to get your shot off, whether you pump fake, whether you do something, elevate, whatever, but you got a total of 3 seconds. You got to get there, Zach. You follow what I'm saying? You got to get there. So DeMar DeRozan thinking in his mind like, oh, this dude fudging. He knows what goes on in that locker room. We know who the man, who's not the man. We know who the lion is and who the lamb is. So DeMar go break out for the ball, and
Right.
guess what?
I got you. I got you, Noah Lee. You on that? Go ahead, Dex.
Bobulation.
Listen, this guy Noah Lee says, "Flight. Why did you say Lonzo would be back after All-Star break? Though it's so crazy. I got such a hell of a memory. I remember exactly what I said. I said that the timeline for Lonzo Ball, which you could bring up all the Adrian Wojnarowski reports. I got it all. He stated that the timeline for Lonzo Ball was after All-Star break. That was the time that he was prepared to return. So I'm just echoing the statements and the reports coming out, from the reports. So it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, that was the timeline. And as you can see, if it's not any more evident that that was the timeline, they just stated, again, Adrian Wojnarowski, they stated, and also, my man Billy Donovan, after All-Star break is going to be a cutoff timeline because that was the time he was supposed to be returning. So the time is ticking. That was my latest video. That was our latest video on Lonzo Ball, and that was from Billy Donovan. I don't just make these things up out of thin air. So I'm just saying, you're going to have to get with Chicago. I think we need to hold the Chicago Bulls medical staff, the Chicago Bulls media. It's time to start holding them accountable. That for real. All jokes aside. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. That's
we got
what I
Uncle
was
Vern in the building. What's good, huh?
Hey, what's good, Flight? How y'all
I can't call him.
Shout out to the paddle.
Yeah, we're cooking in here, man. You see what's going on with Lonzo Ball. LaVar Ball. Go ahead. I know you got some things to say.
I want to say, look here, I ain't heard about what Stacey King was saying. What was this whole thing about? What's this?
Well, Stacey King had LaVar Ball on as a guest, on Give Me the Hot Sauce, and LaVar Ball had pretty much addressed, some of the things, that came out,
Right. Right.
So, and he didn't go too deep,
right.
but he definitely lightly addressed it,
Right.
in a positive manner. And a lot of people have different takeaways from what the interview was about. Great interview, but it wasn't dominated by Lonzo. It was about LaVar and Triple B's and everything. But they definitely spent some time and some emphasis on the Bulls situation involving Lonzo.
Right.
And that was pretty much like the best part.
Okay.
Well, I'm pertaining to this situation. So, I mean, what I took from it was LaVar was stating that, listen, Lonzo Ball would be back, and I didn't really take away that he really emphasized the Bulls. It was more of Lonzo going to be back, and he ain't on nobody's timeline. He ain't on nobody. That's kind of like what I was taking from it, So Dex took from it that he stated that he thought that LaVar Ball was trying to ease and calm down the Bulls organization and the Bulls, the fan base and the media and all that. That's what, so maybe y'all need to check it out and, maybe tell us what were some of y'all takeaways. Let me know who maybe in the chat or whoever actually did see it, that was released today, and get your takeaways from it. What did you take away from the Lonzo Ball, segment? So bottom line is he needs to get back on the floor. The more and more time ticks, it definitely is troubling. It could seem troubling, especially if you're on the timeline. At this point, I just want him to get back. And they continued to emphasize that it's not a career-ending injury. Also, Lonzo Ball stated that as well in Paris. I just looked at some reports earlier that, pardon me, Lonzo even was kind of echoing some of the statements that he stated today in terms of LaVar Ball. In Paris, Lonzo Ball had an interview, and he had stated that he only 25 years old, and that's why he's not concerned that this is a career-threatening injury. It's more about strength and endurance, is what was said. So, I mean, let's see how it all works out at this point. You've seen him make some movements, but this is crazy. When I hear pain lingering, it's been a year now, it's some change. So I mean, I'm with everybody, with the anxiousness and I mean, who the hell don't want to see Lonzo Ball more than all of y'all and me and everybody, So I mean, I'm here trying to wait for him to come back too, So it's crazy, we
Right.
just, so it's wild.
Oh yeah, I agree.
We're all in it together, man. Especially if you're a real Lonzo Ball fan. If you really rocking with ZO2 and you're in it for the long haul, And I just believe he's gonna be back. I'm gonna believe he's gonna be back until they say he's not.
Yeah.
And also, Lavar did stipulate that Lonzo main thing is to get the strength in his knee that he lost and his endurance. He also stated there's going to be pain. He just going to have to deal with pain sometimes. And once he put those three together, the little pain, the strengthening of the knee and his legs, because he hasn't been playing, and his endurance, his stamina, because Lonzo defensively is a high energy guy. So in order for you to exert that kind of energy and to sustain it, you better build up your endurance. So LeVar basically poo-pooed Lonzo rehab. He said, what is he doing boxing? What is he doing all this other stuff? Rubber bands, all that. He needs to get in that pool, run that shit out, jump out of the pool, and drink some milk and eat some eggs. Is Lonzo vegan now or something? But LeVar just was basically telling him to stop with this new age technology stuff and let's get back to the old program where you're building a monster and not building a playmate, if I may say so myself.
Good call, Dax. Shout out Eric B. Salute to all y'all in the chat right now. Isaiah Curry, everybody pulling up, for Lonzo Ball, ZO2, the Chino Hills Prodigy. Hold on, wait a second. It says Nazareth. Oh my bad. I got a notification out of game overtime game winner or something like that. My bad. But it's crazy what's going on out here in terms of what's happening with Lonzo. But more and more you're gonna get things rectified in terms of the details and things like that. What do you think is gonna happen, Dex? How's this gonna end? How's this season gonna end? I mean, if you could say so.
Like I said,
or you might not be ready to say it yet. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to say it like this. Like I said before, I'm going to stand my ground. Kobe White, Patrick Williams has to go. I know that's not popular to say right now, especially with the Patrick Williams thing. P. Will, so-called Baby Claw. Vooch is a whole nother monster in itself. Vooch is not getting any younger. And Vooch is looking for security. Will he find that security in Chicago, or will he have to seek far and away distant place to have that security? I don't know. But all I can say this right here. Acme, AKME, Acme. It didn't work. It was tantalizing with DeRozan, the Compton bully, Debo. Very tantalizing, but it didn't work, and it's not going to work. Zach do not need to look over his shoulder at another player that's older than him and possibly have more heart than him. I'm not going to say better, but have more heart than him. And it's obvious that DeMar has more heart than Zach. So you have to revamp this team. If you guys fall into a playing situation and then get exit out
Mm.
the play-in situation,
Oh
or
Lord.
even if you do get past the play-in situation and nab you a 8 seed or a 7 seed and then get eliminated in the first round. This have to
That's the fate.
you have to implode this situation.
That's what they did last year.
Yeah, you got so much money wrapped up, in the Bulls, and they're the 11th seed. I mean, what a shocking turn of events.
Hey,
You
but
know,
if
it
you look at
started
it,
so promising. But
if
I
you look,
will say that Lonzo Ball's injury has definitely caused everything to just fall apart. And there's no, and you know what's so funny? There's no point guard you're gonna be able to plug in to replicate what the hell happened last year in the beginning. There's nobody in the league right now who could replicate that. They sure don't have it on the roster. They got a bunch of I don't know what's going on out there.
well,
Like you said, these
Flight,
guys, yeah, Dutch.
let me continue. Listen to this. They drafted Dalen Terry and they picked up Dragic in the offseason. Both of those talents were supposed to supplant Lonzo or have him as a security blanket in place in case Lonzo didn't return or if Lonzo got re-injured during this season. Well, the former happened. Lonzo didn't return and may not return. So Dalen Terry is not even ready. So P. Will is the first draftee. See, this is what the Bulls are not talking about. P. Will is AK or Acme first draft pick. First round, fourth overall pick, right behind LaMelo Ball.
Right.
So there's sentiment there. Do AK and Mark Eversley wants to admit we missed it on this one? Dalen Terry, he's probably 3 years away from really getting some serious ticks. He's not even ready. Nowhere near ready. He's in the G League. And he's in the G League suffering. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a high energy guy. Yeah, he like to run his mouth. He's a motor mouth. So just because he was a motor mouth, people say he's a leader. What you gonna lead if you can't demonstrate what you talk about? That's almost being like hypocritical, right? I can talk it, but I can't walk it. I remember Barry White made a song, "Practice What You Preach." So if these two draftees don't pan out, which they don't look like they're going to pan out, but hey, they still thinking about Lauri Markkanen, right?
Right.
Lauri Markkanen was drafted in the Lonzo's draft. And look how long it took him to bud, right? Are you going to wait that long for Dalen Terry? Are you going to wait that long for P. Will? Because right now, what they want to do, I'm talking about Bulls fans, not the smart ones, not the smart ones. I'm just talking about this dumb, confuddled Bull fans, the dummies. Wants to dump Lonzo, but hold on to Pat and Dalen Terry. When neither one of them has really proven to be a promising commodity. Now you can say P. Will more so than any other young guys of Kobe White and Ayo DeSumos or whatever. You can say P. Will, right? But P. Will can get you more than anybody else. So if P. Will is not working in this schematic, you follow us in the wiring of the Bulls, the schematics, then you need to flip P. Will to get you something that can work with this scheme unless you're getting rid of DeMar DeRozan. If you're not getting rid of DeMar DeRozan no time soon, which I doubt because of what he brings to the court, how you going to replace it this soon and this often? P. Will is not bringing that yet. He's still a project too. He came out of college a project, and they were surprised that they drafted him that high because he wasn't even picked to go that high. He went before Obi Toppin. And Obi Toppin was a player of the year in college for Dayton that year.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of.
He's panning out. Obi working out for a winning situation.
But Obi needs to go somewhere else too, though. He don't even need to be a Knick.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, because he can't get his ticks. If Obi goes somewhere else, Obi be a beast. Trust me. I seen him play. I seen him play live.
We'll talk
But nevertheless, so you got these dumb Bull fans, not the smart ones. You got some smart Bull fans. But the dumb Bull fans want to keep unproven product over proven product. So now they're getting on DeMar. Okay, now they starting to trying to push DeMar a little bit. Okay, we got enough of DeMar. Too much ISO ball, right? So you want to get rid of DeMar. You want to get rid of Lonzo, but you want to keep Kobe White. You want to keep Vooch. And Vooch is old, and he's going to unrestricted in this summer. You want to keep P. Will. I don't understand the P. Will thing. Vooch, okay, you want to keep Vooch. I can understand that a little bit because there ain't too much out there. And Vooch just needs to be, reacclimated properly.
I don't know about Vooch.
I'm gonna tell you what happened with Vooch. Vooch is like this. He struggled the first year when all those guys came. And then he started to come on in the second half of the season. Vooch is good enough to be a Bull and be a productive Bull. But when you got two selfish megalomaniacs out there on the court at the same time, Vooch suffers. There is no way Vooch can have 17 points. Now listen to this, Flight. Remember, now listen where I'm going to land this plane or park this car. Vooch had 17 points in the first half last night. Couldn't touch the ball in the second half. Ended up with 6.
That's a problem.
Remember, we used to say this, and people call us fanboys and other derogatory names concerning Lonzo.
There's something going on mentally, Dax.
Remember this, Flight, and everybody that's part of Flight Sports TV. Remember how Rave, how Rico, how Nico, how All Access, how Flight, whenever he spoke about this. Even Murgod spoke about this. How Lonzo can have 15, 16, even 19 points in the first half, in the second half have 1 point or even none. And they were talking about, oh, well, Lonzo needs to be more vocal. You need to speak out. Speak out against what? You see that same trend is going. No matter who's hot, if it ain't Zach, if it ain't DeMar, that person ain't getting the ball the second half. And it's all because two selfish megalomaniacs on the court at the same damn time. I got to get mine. You got to get yours. I got to get mine. You got to get yours. Regardless of how it illy affects the rest of the team and the outcome of the game. But you want to hold on to Patrick Williams. Flip Patrick Williams. We already know Kobe White is on his way out. Don't trade Alex Caruso. Do not touch him. Get rid of Patrick Williams and get you something. Get you a real center and let Vooch play the power. And put DeMar at the small and put Zach at the 2. And then you already know who the 1 is when he comes back healthy.
Right. Good call. We joined by the Zen Master, and we got Unstoppable just rolled in. We got a Bulls fan on deck. We got Zen Master. What's the deal, Zen? Talk to the people.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Just tapping in. I hear y'all got some good conversation going on tonight. I don't want to interrupt that. Just want to be a good part of it.
Right. Yeah, appreciate that. We sitting here discussing Lonzo Ball. It's serious business.
What's happening, Unc?
It's serious business tonight involving Lonzo Ball. Anytime we discussing ZO2, it is what it is. So I like to know everybody's thoughts tonight because Stacey King had LaVar Ball. Shout out to the people that's just joining us. Stacey King had LaVar Ball on as a guest today which was 24 hours ago after news broke involving Lonzo. You know, and then today we're gonna break down some things that were said. But did you see the podcast today, Zen? Unstoppable. I want to know as well. Did y'all see it? Talk to me.
I didn't have a chance to see the podcast, but I did see the headline. I did see that Stacey King had him on. Stacey King has been pretty active here lately in social media.
Yeah,
but I'm interested
shout out Stacey
in hearing
King.
more.
Yeah,
I'm
out
interested in hearing more.
So, go ahead, Unstoppable. You saw
No,
it?
I was gonna say no. I didn't see it.
Well,
Somebody
pretty
dropped me
much
that
today
link. So I can check it out.
they lightly highlighted the Lonzo Ball situation. In terms of the injury, like what I took away from it was he was basically saying Lonzo's on his own time, because yesterday you heard Billy Donovan state that it would be a cutoff time after All-Star break. Pretty much time is ticking. There after All-Star break, there will be some state they're going to come together, and figure out a cutoff time. So if he's not ready by this time, okay, that's it. And they're gonna shut him down.
Shut him down. Yeah.
So
I don't know why.
LeVar Ball today pretty much was stating like, "Yo, listen, I mean, he'll be ready when he'll be ready." He kept reiterating that, Lonzo Ball stated that it's not a career, threatening situation. It's just, seemed like they pressing for time, and it's like, he'll be ready. This is serious. Obviously, it's a serious situation. I'm not here to tell you like this is a sprained ankle, but he'll be ready when he'll be ready. So
I'd like to speak to that, Flight.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I feel like the NBA is aiming for longer careers from its stars as a way to preserve the talent in the league, therefore creating a better league overall for a longer period of time. And so the NBA teams are becoming more tolerant of players having almost multi-year injuries like Kawhi Leonard without writing them off. And this is probably a positive sign for people like Lonzo, who is given, a year and a half probably by the time it's all said and done to rehab, that teams are more interested in players' long-term career than they are getting a quick bang for a buck out of them now, I think.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I know that you didn't. What are some of the things that you think about the Lonzo Ball situation? I know you've been seeing the news. What's your thoughts on the whole situation?
Well, I got to see the two things that I was looking for, which was him running and jumping, because the last words out of his mouth was that he couldn't run or jump. So once I saw that, big load off of my shoulders, I feel much better about it. Now I'm like, all right, let's go. And as long as he doesn't have additional debris, that cuts loose from his meniscus or anything like that. I'm no doctor, but as long as he doesn't have any more debris, he should be good to go, I hope.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. That's the plan. I hope as well. And we've been hoping for a while, man. I can't wait for Lonzo to get back. That's just the Bulls. And also today he highlighted how the Bulls have completely, drastically, taken a shocking turn of events. It seems to be when Lonzo departs the situation, you see things go down. We stated, what do the Bulls need to do? At what point do the Bulls say we need to get a quality backup? Maybe we need to get somebody in here. Obviously they're not going to be able to replicate that. We stated they're not going to be able to replicate what Lonzo did. I don't think you're going to find a point guard in the NBA, who could replicate, what Lonzo was bringing.
No, but you do have, this might sound crazy to some people, but you do have probably statistically, the best defender in the NBA as a guard on your team. Why in the hell can't Alex Caruso train Ayo Dosunmu?
Right, and you referring to Ace Alex Caruso?
Yeah, statistically, he's the best defender in the NBA. At guard, he is definitely the best defender in the NBA. So he needs to be training his guys. He needs to create exactly what he needs out of the entire backcourt with his defensive skills. If it were me, if I was the head coach of that team, I would have AC running all the guard drills for defense, period. You all going to follow his example. I'm sure that Billy Donovan has that going on. He better have that going on. But you got to use your strengths to train your other assets up. I mean, that's just part of being an organization. You don't keep your skills in a silo. You transfer those skills to the people around you. Gary Payton II, right now, I see Gary Payton II grab Anthony Simon's arm and push him into position to play D. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right,
So Caruso needs to get on Io like that. And Io ain't bad. He's just young.
I agree. We're gonna find out. I like
Caruso trying to get him a second contract. He ain't trying to train somebody that's going to take his minutes and make him expendable.
That's true. But from a team standpoint, I mean, if his contract is secure and he's not worried about money, I don't think Caruso needs to worry about money. He's solid. He's gonna get his bread. From a team standpoint, train up the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I guess Caruso said I wasn't hired for that. But anyway, but Flight, the Bulls supposedly have quality backup, right? Didn't we hear that in the beginning of the season? Oh, we got Dragic. He's taking Lonzo's spot. Oh, we got Dalen Terry. He's built like Lonzo. He's tall, lanky, blah, 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 blah. Remember the leader, the quiet leader, the loud leader, the motor mouth.
That's
he ran his mouth so much he ran straight down to the Windy City.
I mean, that ain't.
Oh, wait a minute. Unstoppable. What's up, my brother?
The Bulls fans.
That's Billy, man. That man. I don't understand it, bro. I mean, I understand it, but shit, we stuck with him, bro. And
No, I think he's on the way
I
out.
would say that. No, he's not. He's
gone. He's gone.
How much money's left on his contract?
No.
You gotta let him go.
No. Look, this the thing.
Well, they still paying somebody, right? What are they still paying?
Look, hold on, look. This the thing. They ain't paying nobody right now. This the thing. I believe Jim Bowling, his
Bowling. That's what they paying. Bowling.
I think his contract is up, but still, this the mystery question is: we all know they extended Billy Donovan, but we don't know for how long they extended him. They could have extended him for 3 or 4 years, as far as we know.
They extended Borrego.
And for far as everybody that say they want this team,
They'll let him go.
That is not working and they should blow it up. I would say this: that very well may be true that they need to blow it up, or you could, but they're not gonna blow it up because one thing, Billy Donovan is there, and Billy Donovan had left OKC because he didn't want to go through a rebuild. And let's just say they do blow it up. If they blow it up, I don't want them to be under no damn Billy Donovan because I'm seeing a lot of stuff that he's doing that's like, bro, like, you for real right now? Like,
back to Florida.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Unstoppable.
What's up?
I'm gonna ask you this question. Now, try to be objective. I know it might be a little difficult because of what you're going through, the trauma from the Bulls. But try your best, and we judge you in the most fairest light. Vooch being an unrestricted free agent since the beginning of the season. He's been requesting extension, and he also, according to allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, said he'll give him a home team discount. Why is not Vooch extended?
Maybe he wants to see what his front office does before he extends.
Right. And I don't know nothing about that because
He's trying to get paid.
Apparently, if you also remember, maybe they got something they gonna do it in the offseason. I don't know because the dude I believe he bought another house. So it's like, if y'all not getting nothing done, well then why did you get another house? But maybe that
doesn't mean anything.
I was about to say that these dudes are rich.
No, I'm just
they got money.
But I know
that's good property. Chicago got some good property right now. That's a good place to invest.
Well,
damn straight. Anywhere on the Great Lakes.
I would say this: maybe they plan on moving on from them. That's why they didn't extend them. I mean, that's another thing you can look at it as. And two, and shoot, I think if Chicago want to keep him, I think Vooch gonna want out because Vooch is not being utilized for all his talent either. But I've been saying this for the longest. It's because of Billy. I mean, Billy really never used his centers like that. If you look at some of these games, especially the one that they had against the Clippers, Vucevic was doing his thing. They went from him, And if you the coach, you supposed to hammer down like, bro, what is y'all doing? Like
There's
he
no
balling
doubt.
right now.
There's
You
no
know what
doubt he
I'm
was
saying?
better off. He was better off at the Magic. I'm looking at his. I'm just looking at a few things over here.
Because they
This is
was playing
his.
through him though. You know what I'm saying?
This is
They was
his
playing through him.
second worst year in the last 5. But when he was with Orlando, he was getting it.
They was doing the offense through him. So I would say maybe they need to go back to doing that because you already showed, okay, this is what happens when we play through DeMar. I mean, it was he did his damn thing, but it didn't work out.
But is that going to
You
kill your
you
pace?
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. You already see you kind of seen it from all three. When I'm saying kind of seen it, I mean you seen it through. Well, you did. So you seen it with Zach when he was by himself, but Zach really did had his squad. You kind of seeing it now, but I'm like, he kind of he have ups and downs. You
Bro,
seen it through
Demar,
Demar. You seen it through Demar.
Demar,
Demar, the pace stops, and you seen it with Vooch, and it's looking better when you do it through Vooch. But like I said,
Demar
you
is
got to
not
make
going
it
to
general.
defer. Yeah, he's not going to defer to
Then you
Vucevic. It's
gotta
not going to
trade
happen.
him. That's point blank. You gotta be like adios. Trade. I don't
I'm
understand
okay
why
with that. I'm
trading
okay
why
with
his
that.
value was high. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
okay with it too. I've been saying it for the longest. Just saying, yo, if he can't defer to whoever he needs to defer to, so it'd be better for the team. Then he looking at it through a selfish point of view, and you need to go ahead and trade him while his value is high. They very
Yeah.
well could do it, and then again, they very well might not do it. And I say they might not do it because I still think they on a let's see what it look like when Lonzo get here. I'm like, bro, nah, I don't
Would
think you
you
need to
be
do that.
unstoppable? Would you be okay with bringing Jimmy Butler back in the trade?
Well, I'll be fine with it. I'll be cool with it.
DeRozan for Butler?
That dude's
Yeah,
not
if they
leaving no Miami,
if
man.
if
Stop
they
it.
if they if they willing to do that, yeah. I mean, Jimmy Butler said he wouldn't mind coming back here, but still, it's the MIA. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but still,
He probably just said that just to.
But Jimmy Butler don't have no say so unless he got a no train clause. I mean, he get
And I
traded, he
don't think
get
he got a
traded.
no trade clause.
Yeah, so if he get traded, he get traded. So
Mm, mm.
but
I
but
think
then
Pat
again,
Riley
I
love him
say
some Jimmy Butler.
again, it don't matter who you bring in, bro. As long as you got Billy as a coach, it's not gonna work, bro. I'm standing on that now. I've seen enough.
Jimmy not coming back.
If you want Zach Levine, and I'm talking to all Bull fans, not just the
But
smart
I
ones,
also
not
want to
just
say
the
this too
dummies,
about the
all
Jimmy when you
Bull
get done.
fans. If you want Zach Levine to maximize his potential, DeMar DeRozan cannot be his sidekick.
No, he can't. And two, if you want to maximize and develop Pat Williams, DeMar DeRozan got to go. He got to go.
Patrick Williams got to. They need to flip him for some assets
No, they don't
because
need to
y'all don't
flip
have a
him.
future.
They don't need to flip him at all. They
Yes, they
took
do.
no, they
Y'all don't
don't.
have
No,
no
they
first
no,
round
they
picks.
don't. No, they. It don't matter.
Y'all don't have no draft picks.
It don't matter that we actually do got draft pick. We got Portland draft pick
What round?
first. They got 3 years.
Wait,
They got three
where y'all
years
get a first round pick from?
when they made that trade with to get Derrick Jones Jr. They got a first round for him.
Yeah, boy, that worked out.
Yeah. So they got 3 years to cash in that. But what I'm saying is this: I don't know. P. Will gonna show you, okay, when he plays aggressive, what he can do,
Yeah, like
and also Chicago has
My
shown you
bad.
what happens when you give up on your players too early. So let that get. What I say.
but
That
but see,
hold on,
this is.
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
glad
hold
you're here
on,
for
hold on.
that.
Let me finish. Let me finish. This is what I say. I say this: get rid of DeMar DeRozan and see what, and be like, okay, now Patrick Williams, you the second option on this team. See
Second
what?
option.
Yeah, because it'll be Zach.
Bruh.
It's
Patrick
gonna
Man,
be.
Williams?
you done lost your mind,
Second
man.
Man,
option.
God damn! Can I finish talking?
Nah. Nah, no, I'm
You
sorry. Go
Stop
tripping.
ahead.
talking like that. Second
Okay,
option.
yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
you
he will
cannot. All
be.
right.
Come on, man.
He
You
will
come
be.
on,
You know why?
unstoppable.
You know why? I'm going by Zach. Zach will be the first. And remember, I told you I don't think Vucevic gonna be here. So I'm going. I'm
It
talking
doesn't
about.
matter.
It do matter who. Okay,
You gonna you
let me
where
ask
you
you this.
think you're
Hold on,
gonna
let me
go
finish.
with
Let me
Patrick
ask you
Williams
this.
as your second
Let
option?
me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Playing.
Who the second option is?
It ain't gonna make no play in.
Who's the second option is what I
That's
asked you.
what you flipping for. If you getting rid of
I'm
DeMar, you better
saying
get you
you
a
don't
bona
flip.
fide
Oh
second
my
option.
God. Oh my
What
God, bro. Again, y'all,
Unstoppable.
Dex,
If you gonna
Dex,
flip DeMar, right,
you
and you're
are
gonna
half
keep Patrick,
Dex. No. Dex, you are half-ass listening to me. Again,
Uh,
I said that Chicago has shown numerous amount of times what happens when you trade your player too early. Larry
okay,
marketing
give
is
me an
hold
example.
on, I'm not finished.
Beside, yeah, give me an example.
Larry marketing is one of
Yes,
them.
one. Okay, well, you said what
Spencer
other
Dinwiddie.
examples?
Spencer Dinwiddie. Two.
He's so.
Ain't no so. He getting buckets. What are you talking about?
Man, look at them.
What are
I
you
give you
talking about?
Laurie.
Look
I
at
give you
them.
Laurie.
Oh my God,
So you
bro.
saying Spencer Dinwiddie can go somewhere and run a team? No,
It doesn't matter.
he always gonna be a role player.
He could be he's still a key piece. Is what matters. Patrick Williams could be a key piece. He done shows you what he can do.
You said a
If
number two.
Right, I think he can be a number two, but you talking about this, that, and the third because you
I'm
looking
glad
at
they
his
don't pay you to think, brother.
you going off his downfall. Like I said before, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told Uncle Vern when I don't know if you was there. When Patrick Williams was that first option, he dropped 35 on the team head. 30
In a
fucking 5
meaningless
points.
game,
Bro, what are you talking about? He still dropped 35.
okay,
If he,
okay. How many times Kobe dropped 30?
I don't know. I ain't follow
He
Kobe like
dropped 30
that.
more
Shit,
than once.
numerous of times. But
Okay, are you looking at him as a second option?
who? Kobe?
Yeah,
Oh,
ain't
Kobe
who?
was
What do you mean
clearly the
who? Ain't
first.
no outs.
I asked you that because I think that was a silly ass question. Kobe was clearly
That's
the
what I'm
first.
trying to explain to you. If you think Patrick Williams dropping 35 one time and Kobe dropping 30 numerous of times, but you don't consider him a
Because
second
Kobe
option.
didn't have to defer to nobody, bro. Once they made their
That's not
moves and
making
that shit,
sense, man.
bro. Once they was Kobe the
You
first
sound like a
option? Yes or
cassette
no?
tape going backwards.
Was Kobe the first option? Oh, now it's crickets.
Unstoppable. You got to come
Was
better than that,
Kobe
bro.
the first option? Yes or no?
What you said, was Kobe the first option?
Yes.
No.
Who was the first
Kobe can get
option?
that coming off the bench.
Oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my God.
He's not lying.
Oh my God.
But I'm just saying, you're going to use that
Again,
as a
okay,
barometer for him to be a
again,
second option, but you won't
please,
use Kobe.
please answer the question I asked the first time.
Oh, go ahead.
Who is the second option on this team? If DeMar is gone and Vooch is gone, who the second option?
That's what you're
This
getting.
year.
He's not there yet. Your second option not there yet.
Who they gonna get then?
That's what you're getting. That's why you flipping these players
Realistically, who
for
you
a
gonna
second
get?
option and some draft picks.
Realistically, who they gonna get?
I don't know just yet. I don't know
Nobody,
how these
bro.
contracts
Nobody,
unfold.
bro. Nobody, bro.
No, you
Let's
can't
be
say
real.
that
They
because you're
not
trying to
getting
protect
nobody,
Patrick.
fam. Hey, they
You're
not
trying to
getting no.
protect Patrick.
Oh my God, bro. That's why I said realistically, you throw Patrick in there. Who are they getting?
Oh, if you throw Patrick in there, you can get something. He's a first
Who?
round, fourth overall pick. You're going to get
But
something
you
based on
bugging,
that
bro.
alone.
No. You bugging, fam. You bugging.
I'm
So
not
Oh
you mean to
my
bugging.
tell?
goodness.
So you mean to tell me? Hold on. So you mean to tell me I'm gonna get? I'm gonna trade my second option for P. Will, who you say is not good, and for DeMar that's Asian
I didn't say
or
he's not
whatnot.
good, brother. Don't put words in my mouth,
You
please. I
basically
never
saying he's
mentioned he's
not
not
good.
good.
So what's wrong with P.
What I'm
Will then?
saying is that
What's wrong with P.
in this
Will?
system, hold on. In this system, if you keeping DeMar, Pat gotta go. And if you wanna let DeMar
Bro,
go, and you want to still get some pieces and some draft picks, you got to let DeMar and Pat go. Because you're
you
not
was
getting that from
bugging.
Kobe. You could trade Kobe to the moon. You're not getting much from Kobe.
Bro, you was straight tripping, bro. You talking nonsense right now.
Because
So
I mentioned
again,
Pat. I understand
and
your
I
sentimental
ask you,
draft.
again, if we're giving up, because I said second, let me take you down again. If you're trading DeMar, I said trade DeMar and see what you have through Patrick. Patrick will be that second scorer
Oh,
next
no,
to Zach.
no,
Next to Zach.
no. He's not no Middleton. He will
Oh
never be a
my, oh,
Middleton.
who would never be a Middleton? Who you talking about? P. Will? Just make sure. I want
Yes.
to make sure. How you know who he gonna be if you never seen him
Not
get the
not
ball?
in a Bulls uniform. He might be that somewhere else, like somewhere in
Again,
Detroit
so
or
again,
Houston.
as I said before, you can't
Man,
give up on him because
That's not
they.
true. That's
Oh
not
my
true.
God! How
I know you love
if
him.
history
Listen, I
no
know you love P.
if
Will.
history
Y'all
if history
y'all are
no
so
no
attached to this dude.
no hey, no when I'm in
He's
I'm
not no
thinking
baby claw.
what I'm thinking is
You got to
history has
beg him to play.
what I'm saying is history has repeated itself. So if history repeated itself every time you give up on a player too early, especially a person that don't watch
What
Chicago
player are
Bulls,
you
hold on,
referring to?
especially somebody that don't watch Chicago Bulls like that, and
I
especially
watch him
someone.
enough.
No, you don't watch him enough. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I
Yo,
guarantee you, you
so
can't
are
name
you
me.
dude,
pulling
Hold on,
cards? You
hold
pulling
on.
cards and
I'm
stuff,
guaranteed.
bro?
No, no, I'm about to tell
right?
you why.
Hey,
I'm about
play.
to tell
He's
you.
in
Hold
his
on.
emotional bag right
Hold on.
now.
Hold on.
This is some
I'm gonna tell you
trauma.
why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he can't name me at least 5 players that Chicago Bulls have traded early when this has happened.
Who
That's why I
cares?
said
What
history.
mark have they made
But
on the league?
what I'm saying is this, bro. Again, a perfect example.
You got
Larry,
Laurie Market, and that's it.
Larry
What other
Markkinen,
player? Are you going to say
Larry
Wendell Carter
Markkinen,
Jr.? Are you really going to
Spencer,
use that?
Spencer
Oh man, they should have kept him. Wendell Carter Jr. is balling.
Yeah, I was about to say
Spencer,
that. That ain't nothing to play with.
Spencer,
One
For
dub.
Spencer
real.
Dinwiddie.
Yo, that's the kind of center that they need.
Spencer Dinwiddie, really?
Oh my
Spencer
God, bro.
Dinwiddie's an all-star though, and they let him go too.
I
I'm
don't
just
know about
saying,
the All
He's not
Star.
no all
Just
star.
he's an all-star
What?
caliber. That
He's
he's
not
an
an all star
all-star.
caliber nothing.
He's an all-star caliber player.
He's a decent player. He's not no
why
all star.
why would
Thanks.
I
I'm trying to make him
Yo,
feel
he not.
better. You're trying to
Yo,
make him in his
CJ
trauma.
McCollum is
You
better
being
than him.
toxic.
CJ McCollum is an All Star caliber player.
I mean look at the
He
chat.
ain't on CJ level. It's
They
levels.
saying you tripping, Dex. Like I'm telling you,
Listen, I know
Chicago.
what I'm talking about. I
You
don't know
don't
what the
know what you're
chat is
talking
saying.
about, bro. You
I
don't.
do not
No,
base
you
my
don't.
opinion
It's in the
on the
chat.
chat.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Well, how you gonna? Okay, let me ask you. Are you saying to trade him? Okay, I'm I'm, I'm hoping you saying to not trade him based on his performance. Are you not saying that, or you are saying that, or are
I'm
you
saying
saying
this.
trade
Okay,
him
this is what
to
I'm saying.
bring in somebody better?
I'm glad you give me the opportunity to espouse on what I really want you to understand. He will is a valuable commodity to be traded, but he's not a valuable commodity on your team as they're currently constructed. He's being smothered. So
I agree.
since you guys are not going to blow up the team and flip it the way it's supposed to be flipped, then you get rid of your Kobe White, you get rid of your Patrick Williams, and get something in return so you can build in the future. Because Patrick Williams is not the cornerstone of your organization for the future. Because he's not doing nothing.
Patrick
What I'm
Williams.
saying,
He is
who they gonna
not
get?
You
him.
can't rest your laurels
He's
on
not that
Patrick
guy.
Williams based on his
Yes.
body of work. When you go,
So
listen, when
here we
you
go.
go flipping through the pages of his compendulum, Patrick Williams has a lot of blank pages that's not been filled out. And that's why you use him as a catalyst to catapult your team into a future relevancy.
They not getting nobody for him, fam. I'm
Right.
You
telling
don't
you
know
right
what they're
now.
going to give. You don't
They
know what's
not
coming
getting
through. It's coming
nobody
up.
for him,
You don't
fam.
know that.
They
But
not
we
Is he
already know
getting
what
unstoppable?
him.
Patrick Williams is not.
They not getting him, fam. Of
And
course, he
that's what the smart Bull fans understand. What Patrick
nah,
Williams is not.
nah,
The dumb
nah,
Bull fans want to hold
no,
on to him because he was
no.
a first round pick
That's not
and he
why.
was a fourth overall pick, right behind LaMelo Ball, and he has somewhat of a sentimental
Like
attachment to the
no,
Bulls because that's
like I
AK
said,
first pick as a
like I
Bulls
like
That's
I
why,
president.
said,
huh?
like I said before.
Ego,
Patrick Williams has showed the type of player he can be when he's aggressive.
first round,
He
fourth
hasn't been,
overall pick. Come on,
but he's
dude,
a
don't do
fourth
that.
option,
Look at
fam.
Scotty
What is you
Barnes.
talking about?
Look at
Look
Keegan
at Scotty
Murray.
Barnes. Look at Obi
Keegan
Facts.
Toppin.
Murray.
Okay, you said
Come on,
Scotty
man.
Barnes. Okay, Scotty Barnes. What option is Scotty Barnes?
Don't do that. Don't do
What
that.
option is Scotty Barnes?
He was rookie
I
of the
don't know
year.
what option
What?
he is, but
Then you can't
he's.
talk right then,
He's a
fam.
rookie of the
Hold
year.
on,
He's the
hold
number
on,
2
hold
option on
on,
the
hold on,
team.
hold on. Officially, I don't know, and you
Toxic
don't
T,
know.
fam. You don't even
You
know
don't know what
you're talking
option
And
he
he
is,
hard.
so
No,
stop
no,
it.
no. Anywho,
You don't
you
even
need
know
to
what you're
shut
Because
your
you
mouth
got
talking
up,
about,
Pascal
fam.
Unstoppable. 'Cause you over
Siakam.
here
Hold
being
on. You got Pascal Siakam. You got OG. You got Fred Van Fleet. And who I'm
Again,
missing?
I
I'm missing
asked you
somebody else.
what option is Scotty
So when you
Barnes.
got, that's what
What
I'm
is
trying to tell
his
you. I don't
role?
know. I don't know because I don't watch Toronto at all.
You can't say you got Scotty
Do
Barnes.
you
That's
know
what
what option he
you
is?
can't say. I would say he's either the second or the first. He's damn sure not the fourth
He
option.
ain't no first option. Stop it,
Pascal
man.
Siakam is the first
Stop it,
option
first
up
man.
option.
there.
Unstoppable. You
What?
sound
And then
dumb.
Van
Oh my
Vliet.
God.
Scotty Barnes, the third option in Toronto.
Okay,
Okay, he's
Easily.
the
okay,
third
hold on.
option.
Okay,
Patrick
hold on.
Williams.
Okay,
Patrick
let's
Williams is the
fair.
fourth
Let's
option.
go with that.
If not the fourth, because OG Anunoby's there.
He's the fourth.
Exactly.
No, then he's the fourth because of OG. He's the fourth because of OG.
Who was there first, OG or Scotty?
I think OG.
OG.
OG was there,
You
but
sure?
still, OG is the third option when it
Are
comes to
you
scoring that
sure?
team.
Are you sure?
Yes, based off OG's
No.
caliber
I'm saying,
and based
are
on
you
his work with
sure that
Toronto.
Scotty is the fourth option?
Now, do you guys see his emotional
I say
intelligence
third.
is failing him
Yes.
right
What I'm
now?
saying is, bro, I
Third
wanna
sometimes,
I wanna
fourth
talk facts,
sometimes.
because I had
He
this
really want to hold
conversation.
on to Patrick
I
Williams
had this
because of Laurie
So
marketing.
bad.
I had
Depending
this
on lineup.
conversation. Hold on. I had this conversation with Toxic T. And Toxic T tried to compare a fourth option to somebody that's the third and the second. So I'm asking you for a reason. If you brought in
Bro,
Scotty
he's the
Barnes, hold on. Again,
He's big.
I asked you. Hold on. I asked you what option is Scotty Barnes because Toxic T just
Can I answer it for you?
hold on for a second, fam. Because you just said earlier that Scotty Barnes won Rookie of the Year. So I'm asking you, okay, if he won Rookie of the Year, what option was he? Because you can't compare a fourth option.
Bruh, he was a fourth option.
Bro. You can't compare somebody that's a fourth option to somebody that's not a fourth
He was
option.
the fourth
That's
option
when
when he
you get
run
unfair.
Rookie of the Year. That's what I'm telling you. When he
Okay,
was
he
when he
was
was
the fourth
when he
option?
won his Rookie
What was he
Rookie of
averaging?
the Year,
What was he
OG
averaging?
OG
What was he
Anunoby
averaging
was
that
the
year? What was he averaging that year since he was the fourth option?
We about what, between 14 and 15 points?
You know what, bro?
14 and 15
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna bring up the stats because this nigga's so emotional that he just can't accept the truth. It's okay.
Niggas
Let's bring
get
up the
so
stats.
emotional.
You just come in here.
Nah,
riding
bro.
coattails,
Nah, bro.
and you
I'm
say
gonna bring
right,
up OG
and you
Anunoby's
say
Okay, then what
right,
about
and
Evan
you
Mobley
and you
then?
explain.
Well, you can't really use Evan Mobley. He's 7 foot.
Fine.
Oh.
Hey, fine. Hey,
I
OG
just said what option is
Anunoby
Evan
was
Mobley?
averaging 16.9 points a game
What
on a
option is Evan Mobley?
45% clip, 5.5 rebounds unstoppable, and 2 assists. Is that not third option numbers?
Again, he's a fourth option, bro. He's a third.
Let me ask you,
How many shots
is
he put
OG
up?
Anunoby's
How many-
stats third
I
option on the
didn't
team?
say OG. I said Scott Barnes, fam. Are you not listening?
No, I'm bringing up OG
I
stats to
didn't
prove my
say
point.
OG. I said Scott Barnes.
All right, let's go to Scott Barnes. Interesting. Let's go to Scott Barnes. Would you look at that, Unstoppable? He's averaging. He was averaging 15.3 points last year. Now, let's go look at OG Anunoby's numbers last year.
Bruh.
No.
What
Because you think I'm
option
dumb.
was he?
Oh, would you look at that?
option
OG
was he?
Anunoby, OG, when Scotty Barnes was actually paying, bro, was average 17.1 points.
Scotty Barnes.
Bro, I'm telling you about OG because OG was the third option last year. He won Rookie of the Year being the fourth option of his team.
I said Scotty. Can
And
you
I'm
not
answering
hear?
your question as fourth
Scotty.
option, bro.
Stop going to OG. I'm talking about Scotty
Fourth
right
option,
now.
easy.
Scotty.
Fourth option, you emotional idiot.
Scotty.
He just gave you stats.
Okay, hold on one second, Toxic. Hold on one second, Toxic. So,
Goddamn.
Unstoppable, what are you asking? Hold on, what are you asking?
You
Episode.
said Scotty Barnes. So I said, yo, what Scotty Barnes option was? What option was he?
So he's Scotty was third or fourth?
Since the yes man came in and said, yeah, and he was Rookie of the Year. What option was he?
Well, I've explained it to you multiple
I'm
times.
talking
So
to Dex
stop
now.
getting
I'm talking
emotional
to Dex
and having
now.
an episode so I can explain it to you.
No,
Because once I say it again, Unstoppable,
doing is-
I'm not saying no more tonight.
Play the music. Play the music.
Play the music, please. He's not listening. He's so emotional over this nigga.
Can we
Please.
talk about Scotty? Scotty because
Yes, I'm going to talk about Scotty.
I'm not
I'm going to
talking
talk
about
about Scotty.
Okay,
I'm going to
all
talk
right, let's
about
reel this
Scotty.
back in. Let's reel this back in. Let's reel this back in.
Answer me a
Okay,
question,
listen.
Dex. Can I answer it?
Well, I ain't asking you nothing. I'm talking to Dex right now.
Okay.
Then why you say my name?
Hold on, Toxic. Hold on. Unstoppable. So what you're basically saying, just because Lori Marketing left Chicago and swelled and thrived up there in Salt Lake on top of that icy mountain, you think the same thing might happen to Scotty? I mean, same thing might happen to Patrick Williams,
again,
and you want to hold on to him based on that, not based on his performance?
What I'm saying is this: history repeats itself. Again, I'm gonna say it again. History repeats itself. I'm gonna remix it. History repeats itself.
Now let me tell you how silly that sounds. Let me point out how silly that sounds. Because hold on, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me give you some critical thinking here. Okay, now, so the Bulls is the only team in the NBA that gives up young talent and they go somewhere else and swell. Can the Bulls get some young talent and they swell within the Bulls organization? Or that's impossible?
Well, we certainly know that's not the case. I mean, the Lakers gave up a whole bunch of young talent. We need to go down the line.
Did they win a championship?
Do we need to go down the line all the talent the Lakers gave up though?
But did they win a championship when they gave up their young talent?
Hey, bro, I was just supporting your argument here.
I know. That's what I'm trying to get Unstoppable to see. Who cares if this young talent and what they do somewhere else? It's what they do for your team.
No, I don't. Let me tell you that. Just name me.
And you afraid to give up Patrick Williams?
Name me a team.
I'm kind of done.
Name me a team besides the Lakers. Because guess what? The Lakers lined up regretting, but they got a championship out of it. Again, name me a team that has a history.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, Cleveland.
And they gave up first-round picks. They gave up on first-round picks.
Name me 2 players.
And first overall picks.
Name me 2 players.
Bennett and Wiggins.
Bennett? Anthony Bennett?
Bust
and
Bennett.
Wiggins.
Anthony Bennett ain't even in the league right now. What are you talking about?
Listen, you said give you 2 players that gave up. Hold on. Listen,
God,
you said give you 2 players. Listen to what you said now. Unless you said it wrong.
I'm guessing.
You said giving you a team other than the Lakers, bro. Don't overtalk me. Other than the Lakers that gave up on young talent. And I'm telling you, they gave up on young talent and they was drafted number 1 overall.
Oh, my God.
But you don't want to get rid of Patrick Williams and his defunct
I'm going to say this. I'm going
performance.
Because I figure you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about because I say it multiple times. Okay. I guess it was a misunderstanding because you said Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Bennett. So Anthony Bennett gets disqualified. Name me.
Why? He's young talent.
Hold on. Name me a team.
See, there we go, stretching the yarn.
Again, I said Chicago. History has repeated itself numerous amount of times that Chicago has gave up on a player too early, and they went somewhere.
I asked you that like an hour ago. Who?
I said Spencer Dinwiddie and Larry Marketing.
Spencer Dinwiddie, come on, man. What needle have he moved? He's a journeyman. Spencer Dinwiddie is a journeyman.
Okay, so what needle has he moved? So if they trade Patrick
Lori
Williams,
Marketing, I'll give you Lori Marketing though.
If they trade Patrick Williams, who they getting that's moving the needle?
I don't know just yet. I don't know this yet. But I'm just telling you that is the start.
Nobody.
He's not even part of the core of the team. And you want to hold on to him like he's a dream.
Let's just say hypothetically they move him to Milwaukee and they get back Chris Middleton.
What? Move who to Milwaukee? They don't want Patrick Williams.
They not getting no Chris Middleton for no damn Patrick Williams. You overvaluing this dude.
Okay, again. So who they getting that's moving the needle? You talking about flip Patrick Williams? Flipping for who?
I'm trying for draft picks. They don't have to get nobody like right immediately.
For draft picks. If Patrick Williams is not moving the needle,
hold on, you're losing an argument and you're losing yourself. You're coming unglued by the seams.
You said for draft picks. So I'm saying, okay. If
Patrick Williams, listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. Patrick Williams for draft picks, DeMar DeRozan for a sidekick. That's who you flip for that sidekick, DeMar DeRozan. because he's productive. So you got to replace that production somehow, some way.
You can get
with
that with just
one or
DeMar
two,
DeRozan.
with two or more people for DeMar DeRozan. But Patrick Williams is your youngster. You flip him for picks because you really don't have
You're not gonna
anything.
get no picks for him, fam. The way you
You
talk, you're
can't
not
say
getting no
that.
picks for him.
You
You're not
can't
getting
say
picks
that
for
right
him.
now.
The way you talking, you're not getting picks for him.
Look what you. Why? Because he's not worth it. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Oh, you said yeah,
That's
he's
what
not
you
worth
said.
it. But you
Yeah,
want
that's
to
what
keep
you
him.
Oh,
said.
he finally admitted.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But you want to keep him. Oh
No,
my
no, no,
God.
no. I'm going off what I just said. Yeah, that's what you said. He's not worth it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Oh,
I
you
think
you caught
because I
yourself,
said
huh?
no, because
Nah,
I
that's that
said in
word
the
salad.
beginning, I said, here you go again, the hype man. Again, this is what I said in the beginning. I said, I think you should move. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself because maybe you didn't hear me. I said, I think you should move DeMar DeRozan first. Get him out of there. Then see what Pete Will can do because it's gonna be. I'm going off if Vooch is gone. Even if Vooch is here, that means Pete Will has been moved from the fourth option to the third option, and you don't have two ISO
I'm gonna
ball.
tell you something right
Hold on,
now,
let me finish.
Unstoppable.
Hold on, let me finish. You don't have two ISO ball players that's sticking the ball and giving the ball up when ain't much seconds on the clock. So I'm saying you after you get rid of DeMar and say, okay, let's see what Pete Will can do as the third option because Booch is still here and he'd be clearly the third option. If you don't like what you see, then I say, yeah, then maybe you should move on from him. But even though they do that, again, I say it don't.
You done messed up. Then if that's the
No,
case, you messed up.
no. I ain't messed up because even though I said this in the beginning, even though it don't matter who the hell they get in here, I think they got the wrong coach for the job. He ain't it, bro. They got to get, even though these players not performing, fam, which I could have missed. Like, god damn, Io playing like shit, this player playing like shit, Zach doing some dumb shit. Even though the players do take the blame, it's
Well, we
still,
understand Zach and DeMar.
I think that coach. I feel that coach ain't the man for the job, and clearly everybody else doing it.
Okay, this is what I want to tell you about Patrick Williams.
If Flight saying he need to go, you saying he need to go, it don't matter who you.
But regardless of the coach right now, this is I'm harping on Patrick Williams because I know he could get flipped for draft picks. Listen, even though DeMar DeRozan and all of them do what they do, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine do what they do, the ultimate copycat of Durant and Kyrie, the solo artists, and you can bring in the rear of Brown and Tatum. You follow what I'm saying? But besides Brown and Tatum, so far them other guys ain't been successful at running this ISO thing. You feel me? So Patrick Williams, even if he was such a valuable piece, not valuable, not VAU, valuable piece, then he would be doing the other things to make himself assertive in this Bulls offense or defense. He's not doing that. So that's why I say, how are you going to elevate him to a number 2 when he's not even doing the grimy stuff right now at a number 4?
The grimy stuff, like you talking about steals, talking about rebound and shit like that.
Yeah, all that little stuff right there. He's playing down in the pocket.
Okay.
How you gonna allow Lonzo to out rebound you? He's a guard.
Bro.
No, you understand what I'm saying?
No, how many games you basing off of?
How many games have he played?
Who, Lonzo?
No, Lonzo played like 100-something games, right? No, Lonzo only played 35 games. I'm talking about.
You do know Patrick Williams
Patrick Williams played 100-something games, right?
You know Patrick Williams got hurt like the 4th damn game when Lonzo was on the
I'm not talking about that. He played before Lonzo was there. He was there 2 years before Lonzo was there.
You said what? He was playing. Okay, hold on. So you saying how you gonna let Lonzo out rebound you? So how many rebounds did Lonzo get?
When Lonzo averaged about at least 5 or 6 rebounds.
Are you going on what you think, or these are factual?
I'm just guessing right now because I'm not looking at the stats.
I can pull up the stats. Dex, let me pull up the stats for you.
But I know Patrick Williams averaging like 4 rebounds.
No, that's fine, Dex. I'm gonna pull up the stats for you because I don't want him to try to like pump fake you and do something.
Well, I can pull up the stats, but I just know that he's only averaging 4 rebounds to be playing in the pocket.
Right. We just want to make
I
sure
just
that
don't
everything
understand why he
correct.
thinks Patrick Williams is going to turn into something when he
Uh,
had
uh,
plenty of
I
opportunity
don't,
to do
I don't.
so and
No,
ain't
he
done it
has
yet.
not, bro. He can't
Lonzo was
do it.
playing
He
what
can't
year,
do it
Dex?
right now.
2021?
For the
Last
Bulls?
year? Yeah, for the
Again,
Yeah,
Bulls.
last year.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is
Last year.
this:
Patrick Williams
history
averaged
repeats
4.1
itself.
rebounds in that season. And now we're going to bring up Lonzo's rebounds in
Lonzo
35
gonna have
games.
more because Lonzo. You
I'm
said
just
last year,
I'm
right?
gonna just
You
bring up
said
the
last year,
stats.
right?
We just
Okay,
bring up the
good.
stats. This is a person who played 35 games compared to somebody who played the whole season. So we got to bring up these stats real quick. Wow. He averages 5.4 points. He averaged 4.8 points last year. That is a 0.4 difference. And Patrick Million, no, 2021, he averaged 5.4 rebounds. So he actually doubled him. He actually tripled him by one. So Lonzo averaged more rebounds
Okay, about one.
last season.
Okay, wow.
But the
What you
difference
think
is
about one?
Lonzo out rebounded him in
By one
35 games more than Patrick Williams, who played the whole season.
of last year, right?
Correct.
I don't see
My
how you
my
basing
point is
off
this
of
right here,
last year.
though,
Hold on, hold on.
Unstoppable.
I don't see how you basing off of last year because didn't Patrick Williams get hurt in the fourth and he only played 4
Yeah,
games
but he
last
came
year?
back, though. He played a
But
significant amount of games. He
But he
came back.
came
again,
back. He only played 4 games.
Yeah, but he
again,
came back, though. I'm
wait,
not
hold
talking about
on,
when
hold
Lonzo.
towards
on,
the end of
hold
the
on,
season,
because hold
fam.
on. Last year, Lonzo Ball
Bro,
averaged 5.4
I don't
points
even
last year.
care. Bro, if he
Let's
Unstoppable
averages
need to make up his mind
what
where
I'm
he's going
Unstoppable.
to
Hold on,
defend
what I'm
himself
saying is
because
this.
Unstoppable. We don't want you
you
He
moving the
mentioned a
goalposts.
35-point game for Patrick Williams, and now you're trying to saying, "Oh, he
Listen,
didn't play
ain't no
enough."
trying. He
Unstoppable. The
just
year
said
before
for
that,
somebody
Unstoppable.
that played
Unstoppable.
the whole
The year
season.
before
He
that,
didn't play the whole season,
he
fam.
played
He got injured
71
in 4
games in his
games.
rookie season and only averaged 4.6 points.
Okay, rookie season, I will let you have. But for you to say, oh, he played the whole season last year, that's not true. He didn't play a whole season last year.
Did he
Nobody
play a
said he
whole
played the
rookie
whole
season
season
in
last
rookie
year.
year?
Nobody
That
said
fool
that.
just said he played the whole season last year.
No, I didn't. I just brought up. You just said compare his
Oh
stats
my
to
God.
Lonzo's stats.
So you didn't say
Lonzo
We
played
know
Lonzo
that
more
better.
rebounds than
Patrick
him versus
got
somebody
hurt
that played
last
the
year. He
whole
got hurt
season.
twice.
So hold on,
Right.
let me just make sure I ain't tripping. Are you telling me he didn't just say, oh, Lonzo Ball averaged more rebounds than him versus somebody that played the whole season?
I didn't say that.
Okay, then I
Thank
digress.
you.
My
You're not
bad. I
listening.
misheard you.
Let's repeat what I said before you put word salad into everybody's
I
mouths
know
because you're
that's what I
upset.
heard, but go ahead though.
Well, you're wrong. I get your ears checked.
Okay.
I said he averaged 4.1 rebounds
Look at
last
that.
year.
CJ just said
Lonzo,
he
he
absolutely did.
averaged. I just said Patrick Williams said he averaged 4.1 rebounds last year. I'm not taking the games into account. I'm just saying when you put both of
What did I say?
their last season together,
When you
Alonzo
went to the
out
rookie,
rebounded him,
I
bro.
said, yo, go to the rookie then. I will let you have that. I can't let
And
you
I
have
said
something from last
4.6
year.
rebounds. He still
And I
out
said,
rebounded.
okay. And I said,
Listen,
okay,
Yeah,
I'll
if
bro.
he
let
You
you
doesn't,
want
and
have
listen,
that.
if
But I can't
Unstoppable
let you
don't
have last
understand
year.
how you can make Patrick Williams work for the Bulls, then there's nothing else you can share with
Look
him
at that.
because he's
CJ
already
said,
to
Mike Wentz did say that
not
about 3
letting.
times. I know
Cap,
I ain't
CJ.
tripping.
CJ needs to get his ears checked.
Bro, you said that, fam. Maybe you
No, I
forgot you
didn't.
said. Yes, you did. Maybe you
I only
forgot,
brought up a full season
maybe you
when we
didn't
was on
realize
his
you said
rookie
that, fam. But that's
contract.
the only reason why I corrected you and said, "Yo, he didn't play that. He didn't play the
Unstoppable,
whole
stop
season."
it.
Sir,
What you tell? Look
You
at
looking
no,
for
he's
nooks
looking
and
for
CJ.
word
crannies,
salad.
Unstoppable.
He's
CJ
You looking
just
for
said
nitpicking.
he
nooks and
said
crannies.
that.
He's
What you
looking for
And
talking
nooks
stop
about?
and
making
crannies.
mountains out of molehills.
CJ just said he said that, fam.
You're
That's all I'm
making
going off
crap
of. I
out of
said you
you're
can't.
making crap
Yeah,
into
you're making
manure.
mountains out of
Unstoppable.
molehills.
You
Okay.
can't.
And we
You
all
can't.
have Freudian slips, right? We all have Freudian
Okay, and
slips.
I also did say, yo, I let you have the rookie year. And I also said, okay, he rebounded in what? 1 point, whatever it was, okay. Is that a deal breaker?
I mean, he's still out, but you're still allowing
Almost. Yeah, almost.
yeah. He's a bigger guy. He
Regardless.
should be
So
He's
rebounding
right
more than
there.
the
He's
point guard.
teetering. He's
No,
teetering for a deal breaker.
Am I
you
wrong?
sold on this
no.
dude, ain't you? Unstoppable.
No,
Really?
again, what I am sold on is okay. Again, history repeats itself every time
Why you
Chicago
keep
has
saying
traded
that?
up.
Like that's
Because
a
you keep
fact. Like that's
asking
supposed
me
to
the
mean
same
something.
question. That's
Like
why
that. How often do that happen? How often do you get a
it
low
didn't happen.
remarketed?
It didn't
Right.
happen like 7
How
times
often you
already.
get
What you
how
talking
often
about?
you get
Come
a
on,
It
Michael
has
man. That
happened
Jordan?
happened
multiple
once every
times.
blue moon.
No, it doesn't. It
Right.
happened multiple times with Chicago. That's why y'all said it.
Okay,
Y'all
who?
felt
Who?
y'all
Who's it
don't
multiple
like
times?
Chicago. Y'all don't watch Chicago
Don't mention
like
Spencer
that.
Dinwiddie, please.
Please,
I can mention
I
Spencer Dinwiddie
believe.
because
I'll leave if you mention
Dinwiddie
Spencer
was
again.
on the team, and then they let him go. Then Spencer
He's a
Dinwiddie
journeyman. Spencer Dinwiddie's a journeyman. You say
Oh
that's
my
successful?
God, bro.
He's a second team player. He's not really a starter like that. He's a starter now, but back then he wasn't no starter.
What team was he on back then? Since you know what you're talking about. When he wasn't
Chicago,
a starter.
Brooklyn. I mean, where you
Right.
No, he
winning
was
at?
a starter in Brooklyn, fam. What
Chicago.
are you talking about?
But Brooklyn
He
was
was a journeyman, though.
dirty. They was dirty. You know, Brooklyn didn't have nothing there.
Right. Also, they had D'Lo
They
when
were
he was
just a
playing
young
in
team
Brooklyn.
that
What are you talking about?
overachieved.
Oh my God, bro.
And they
Y'all
went into the playoffs and got their head whipped.
Facts.
Okay, they still was a young team.
And he still wasn't an all-star.
But you know what's the difference?
Russell,
You know what the difference was?
Russell was the all-star
Brooklyn,
on that team.
you know
Dinwiddie
what?
was no all-star. Russell was the all-star.
Brooklyn caught everybody off guard because nobody expected Brooklyn to do what they did. But Kenny Atkinson took that damn team and made them.
Okay, we know the story. You're gonna rewrite the book.
What I'm saying is, don't discredit them, bro. Don't just.
We're not.
To me,
They
overachieved.
overachieved. They got into the playoffs and got their head whipped.
But they was a young team with no stars on there. I expected
they did have a star. They had D'Angelo Russell. He was a star. He was an all-star.
He was an all-star that year.
Yes.
Let me fact check that. Hold on.
Go fact check it. Because you speaking out the side of your neck.
What year that was?
Whatever year that was, he only played 1 year with them.
It was about 2018, 2019.
2018. Okay, hold on.
He only played 1 year with them.
It was 2018 because the year after that, freaking Katie and Kyrie went to Brooklyn. So it was before Katie and Kyrie went to Brooklyn. 2018.
That was obvious. Okay.
So it's 2018. Is it not 2018?
I'm about to. Can I check? Go ahead though. Finish saying what you were saying, Dex, or Tiger. See whoever was going.
No, what I'm saying is that with that Patrick Williams guy, you guys can really use him and get some future picks. Because right now y'all dry. Y'all like the Mojave Desert.
Even if they do that, Dex, you know what's gonna happen? This is gonna happen. Like I said, history repeats itself. They're gonna get their little picks you said. A side kick. They ain't gonna go nowhere because, like I said, the coach is the wrong man for the job. And then you're gonna be saying like, damn.
But you can deal with that later. The coach,
no. You can't deal with it later. Well, you have to.
Yeah,
deal
you
with
can
it
coach at any time.
You had to deal with it later because you had no choice. But then again, you might not deal with it later because I said before again, we know Billy Donovan got extended, but we don't know how long.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
That doesn't mean. I'm confused.
Okay. Hold on. Move you aside for a second, Dex. Why it don't mean nothing, Marquez?
Because we've seen Steve Nash. Steve Nash had a contract. He got fired this year. I mean, plenty of coaches have been extended in this league, and they get fired the year afterwards after a bad season.
Okay. How much you know about Chicago Bulls? It's okay if you just say, come out. Don't say you know this or that. If you don't know nothing, I just rather you just come out and say you don't know nothing. And it's not bad.
I don't tune into Chicago Bulls fans.
Okay,
but I do pay attention to it a little bit because Lonzo is on that team, so I have to look into the certain players. And Patrick Williams is simply not that guy. I'm sorry, but I haven't seen nothing from him.
You're trying to go to Pat. We can go to Patrick Williams later. If you know anything about the Chicago Bulls, you will know the Rhymestar family is stingy when it comes to money. So
they just gave Jack two.
It will be
200 plus.
Hold on.
Like that.
They gave Lonzo 85. They gave DeRozan 90.
That's a lot of money.
Like, I'm confused. Right?
How much Boots got?
That's a lot of bread.
About 75.
Yeah, I think he's on 100.
Of course, hold on. Of course you confused because you ain't cut me off and let me take care of that confuseness for you because I'm gonna take care of it. They pay us.
I mean, but no, I'm stopping for continue. Let me tell what does that have to do?
I'm about to tell you if you let me finish talking.
What? They don't spend the money, but
let's add that up. You say they cheap. Hold on, Unstoppable. I gotta call you out on this one. You say they cheap.
Can I finish talking?
Let's add this up.
Finish talking?
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's saying cheap.
Okay, finish talking. I'm gonna add it up. Why you finish talking? I'm gonna see how cheap they are.
What I'm saying is this: they're not gonna. It will be a shocker to everybody that watched the Bulls games like that if they fire Billy Donovan. Right
for
now,
sure. Okay.
Because they
DeMar DeRozan
cheap motherfuckers, bro, and they ain't.
No, they're cheap, huh? I'm doing the math too, Dex.
They not about to pay you, and then like, oh yeah, we don't need you no more, and they holding on to that. You even said it earlier, Dex. I don't understand why they just didn't go in the luxury tax. This is Chicago.
Yeah, for what
This
your name? I
then
think they should have did it for Mo Bamba.
again. You don't know what kind of owners that you dealing with.
But they not cheap, not this year. They not cheap.
Nah, they
Okay,
paying.
I can't ride with you on that one.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me change that.
Okay,
They're
hold
not
on.
gonna fire Billy Donovan, fam. If you know what
Okay,
kind of
DeMar DeRozan
ownership,
get 81 million.
if you know what kind of ownership you
Lonzo
dealing with,
Ball, he
they're
was
not
82
gonna hold
million.
on. They're not gonna fire him to come in and hire another
Lonzo
coach.
85,
Again,
84.
hold on. Again,
Oh, that's even worse.
Let's see,
You said they were
Bulls
I
cheap.
say
salary.
this to everybody that watches
We gonna add
Bulls
it up
games.
though. We
Like
gonna add it up
you can
still.
add
Keep
it up, but
talking.
still you're gonna let me finish.
Right.
Yeah, go
To
ahead.
everybody that watch Bulls games, like me, Mo,
Yeah, you said
Rap,
they cheap.
Right. Where's the cheapness at? I don't see it.
that's a known fact, fam. Like you talking the side of your neck.
I mean, I'm looking at the salaries right here with Dex. I mean, where's the
Bulls fan,
cheapness at?
because they don't go into luxury tax, fam. Every real Bull fan,
They
No,
going
I
to
think
luxury
that's
tax
smart.
this year.
Right.
every real Bull fan. So so they in the luxury tax this year. Okay, we're gonna go off that. I'm
Correct.
glad you said that. So you mean to tell me if you're a real Bulls fan, you watch Bull fans, if you watching Bulls game like you watching Lakers game, fan, you can't tell me nothing when it comes to this. So you mean to tell me they gonna fire Billy Donovan? What y'all say again? I think it needs to be done. It would be a shocker, and I can't say
Tragic.
it's gonna be done because they extended him, but we
Talk about
don't
living
know
and
for
dying
how
with this
many
sword. That's
years.
crazy.
So I do not see them firing Billy, then going and hiring somebody else
Oh, they
and
didn't go
put
into
them in the
luxury tax.
books anymore.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you this right here. The Bulls, I mean the NBA luxury tax threshold is 162 million, right? The Bulls' total salary is 120 million. Taxable salary is 120 million. So
Right.
the Bulls have a current space of $41 million. $41 million.
That's wow. That's
Again, like I said, bro, they're
but
not
you
gonna
call them
fire
cheap
Billy.
though.
They're not gonna fire Billy. Like I said, if you're a real Bulls fan, you know what I'm talking
Now,
about. But you're not.
But you call them
They're not
cheap.
gonna fire. They're not gonna fire
okay, but
Billy
hold on
Donovan.
one
If
second.
they do, it
Lonzo,
will be a shocker.
hold on one second. Lonzo's getting 21 million this year. Zach Levine is getting 48 million this year.
Jeez.
Kobe White is getting 9 million.
That's so man.
I didn't know he was making that much. Alex Caruso getting 9 million.
Ooh.
I
Bruh.
didn't know they was making that much money.
That's why you said Zach about 48 mil. He better be doing more than what he's doing.
Yep.
48 mil. That's crazy.
DeMar DeRozan makes 28 million this year.
Jeez. All that cap space.
So the Bulls, they put out some money now, but they under the salary. I mean the luxury cap, so they good as far as that.
Right. I mean that's still spending a lot of money though. So they're not really cheap. This is
Yep.
it just
So
so happened they're not.
they spending 120 million.
Like I
plus.
said, bro, if you was a real Bulls fan, everybody know what I mean by that. And they are cheap. To get back on track. Like I said again.
Okay.
What's cap hold? What do that mean? Cap hold. They 69 million cap hold.
I would be shocked.
What does that mean? Right.
If they fired that man, I don't think they're gonna fire him, and I think they probably at least extend that man.
Oh shit! The Bulls are 56 million
I'm
under
gonna
the
say
cap.
5 years. I'm gonna say 5 years. Hey yo, Mo, I don't think they still paying Jim Bowling. I think that's off the books now.
That's crazy.
No, I think one more year. They got one more year for him.
They still playing Jim Bowling.
No, I don't think they.
No, they just finished paying Holberg. Fred Holberg. They finished paying him, but Bowling I think got one more year and then they done.
That's crazy. He hasn't coached. Jim Bowling hasn't coached in how many years?
So, like I said, like you really think
they fire coaches under contract?
They're gonna extend this man to, and again, we don't know how long they extended him for. Then they're gonna fire him the next year. Like I don't see it happening. Not if you know what kind of ownership you're dealing with. I don't see it. I would be shocked.
That's not a good excuse, man.
Ain't no good excuse, but I'm going off how they history, fam. I don't see it. And like I said, what if they extended this man to 5 years? You really think an ownership gonna fire a motherfucker this cheap ass ownership?
Why they
that's
don't
tight
have
with money? that's tight with money, they gonna fire a mofo. They extended for
Well, you
5
have to deal with
years.
Billy
Listen
Donovan
to
being your
logic.
coach for 5 years.
What'd you say?
You have to deal with Billy
Ooh,
Donovan being your coach for
do
5
you
years.
know that Vucevic is making 33 million?
Oh la le,
Is he making? Is that 33 million?
bruh. Dex, I'm on the same website you are. That's 33 million. I could be wrong, but from what this number is popping up, that is
What?
33 million.
No way.
Oh, that's crazy.
2000. Wait a minute. Now, I must be reading something wrong, man. I know he can't be making that much. I gotta go look. They don't have his salary up here for some reason. Because I know that can't be right. That can't be right.
See.
Vooch salary. Vucevic's salary. Let's see. I want to make sure. What is this? 2023 Dex?
Yeah.
Uh,
2022, 2023, either or, same.
Facts. Okay. Whoa. It's not 30 million, but it's close, Dex.
What is it?
28 million
Wow. So him and DeMar makes 28.
a piece.
Do you know Lonzo is the only player on the Bulls team that's likely? Oh, wait a minute. Unlikely incentive. What is that?
I don't know. Um,
Y'all, hold on, y'all. We got a new guy on the panel. Who's Aaron?
Yeah, I think he off the books, bro.
Oh no, what's up, Flight?
What's up? What's up, bro?
Who's
I
that?
remember you.
This AP. I mean, I ain't called y'all in like 3 months, man.
Yeah, I've been wondering with you been all right, bro? 'Cause I know I realized.
Yeah, no, I've been good.
Oh, you remember him?
Of course I remember him, bro.
It's been a while.
Yeah, he
Right.
say, I'll never forget, man. He opened up to us, man, and told us that when he's going through a hard time in life, that listen to the show helped him out.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
AP.
me. Yep.
I appreciate you.
Hey, no, but I heard everybody ganging up on fam and Unstoppable, right, man? Them cheap bastards ain't paying nobody. They everything he said out his mouth was 100% right. And plus they paying Boylan already. What you tell me what organization is gonna pay 3 coaches at one time? They're not about to fire 2 and have to still pay them and hire somebody else. And the third coach that come in is gonna say, hey, I want 5 years guaranteed that I'm not gonna be like the other 2. And if you know anything about the Reinsdorfs, they own the White Sox. The White Sox biggest salary they ever gave somebody was a $70 million contract, and they just signed that.
That was Big Hurt, right? That was Frank Thomas, right?
Nope. They never gave Frank, I don't think, anything close to it. You can Google it and see, but I want to say Pollock, whatever his name is, they just, like, within the last year or 2, they just gave somebody $70 million, and that was their franchise record. Like, them Reinsdorf dudes is cheap. That's why they kept.
But they not cheap this year, though.
Oh no, but you can't say just because somebody do something one time, like one little short period that they got a history since.
Right, that's why I said going off
owning the Bulls since like 80 something, and they've been cheap.
Yeah,
since.
that's true. I'll give you that because every Bulls have to fight for their money. But they said since AK been there, Acme, since that duo been there, they said they're going to open up their purse strings.
No, they're not. They could say that. They could say that, but if they was, they wouldn't have brought Andre Drummond in and your boy the lefty
Tristan Thompson.
No,
he's talking about Dragic. But
yeah, they would.
Last year they brought in Tristan Thompson. That was a big offseason acquisition.
This was the thing. Okay. When it came to the roster, they done open up the pocketbook. My argument was this, bro. Was this a valid argument? They extended Billy Donovan. That's all we know. We don't know how long they extended him from. So that's why I said by going off their history, and if it's a 3-year or even a 5-year, I don't see them firing him. And it got to be something crazy for them not to mention the years they extended
their record.
Him for.
That's crazy.
No. Hold on. Let me go ahead and let it play. It got to be something crazy for the years they extended him for them not to release that, just say an extension. And again, like I said, for this, like you said, some people may agree that this thing need to be blown up and it's not going to work.
I
Long as
don't think
Billy,
blow it up 100% though. I wouldn't agree blow up 100%. But some players got to go, and it, depending on what direction you're going to move in, you got to make that hard decision of what player you got to get rid of. Because if
Hey,
you're
hey,
going to
Dak,
move into the youthful direction, then DeMar and Vooch have to go.
they
hey,
still,
Dak,
bro, they
I ask you
still in a
this, Dak.
bad position though. Even if they do that, this ain't the coach for it, fam. But go ahead,
Hey, no,
AP.
no, no. I 100% agree with that. But I ask you this, Dex. I think you're a basketball savant. I if we gonna like run like the youthful team out there, like you just gonna trade Vooch and DeMar, or like and you gonna like keep Zach?
Of course, you keep Zach. You got to keep Zach. Zach is phenomenal. I mean, honestly, he just don't have it between his ears just yet. And then DeMar DeRozan don't help.
I honestly believe DeMar don't help, but Zach 28.
27.
27.
Yeah.
I'm not. The man that dribbled the ball off his foot out of bounds in late game situations several times this year. I haven't seen Zach LaVine. I mean, even I don't know if y'all remember Toronto's game, the first time we played Toronto in Toronto last year when we was kicking everybody ass, but then Toronto turned up the heat on us, and I think we had like a 15-point like lead, and it
Yep.
started crumbling down. We couldn't even inbound the damn ball, and DeMar had to save us because he's the only one that had ice water in his veins. Everybody else cowered it out. And
Yeah.
ever since that game, they've been, every time we get pressure put on us, they've been curling up. But I'll tell you something, I think if somebody will give me a first round pick for Zach LaVine, I don't even need two. Just give me one. Get his ass
Wow.
in and
You
move
want to get
out
rid
of
of
town.
Zach?
Nah,
I
bro.
would,
I
let
wouldn't
Lonzo
do that.
I would let Lonzo Ball run that fucking franchise. I would let him be the face of our team. I swear for living Jesus. If we going young, he's still young. I let him, Pat Will.
Zach is only 2 years older than Lonzo.
I mean, that's 2 seasons. That's 2 more seasons. And I'd rather take my chance with Lonzo Ball, bring in Jello. I mean, I would do what I have to do. I'm getting off that $215 million. I know that. Because this
Oh,
ain't
okay.
for me
I
nothing.
got you.
Let
I
me
got
ask
you.
you
And
this.
guess
Let me
what?
ask you this, AP. Go ahead. And finish.
No, go ahead.
Go
Go ahead with what you got.
No. Go ahead. Finish, bro. Go ahead and finish.
No,
You ain't
I'm
doing
just saying
something good.
I've been watching these Bulls, man, like y'all have, and this don't look like it's no fixing. I mean,
Mm.
you can put Lawrence Taylor, you can put Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis all on the same damn team, but if we ain't getting results, you got to do
And you
something
still
about
can't
that.
stop the run.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well, when it,
I don't think I've seen a team this horrible with communication on defense. I mean, I would say this on the 2011 Bulls team, Alex Caruso would be a bench
oh
player,
yeah,
a nice little piece to have. He a
bench
fucking
mark,
defensive
yeah.
star for this team.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
But
be.
I would say this about the
So
whole Zach
you
thing.
saying that $215 they gave to Zach is wasteful spending?
They regretting it already. And Casey Johnson, to what you said, unstoppable. Casey Johnson said he ain't gonna put his career on it, but he hearing that it's a 6-year extension.
It's a what?
A
What's
He
the what
said
extension?
year.
he's saying that he heard it's a 6-year extension.
Yeah,
With
that's
the
not.
Oh,
Lakers.
y'all in trouble.
I know. It's something crazy,
Y'all in
bro.
trouble.
Bro,
Big trouble, White.
it's common sense,
It's
bro.
over.
For them to say the Bulls have extended Billy Donovan, but didn't put the year that they extended him for. I know they saving that for later
But
because they
listen,
gonna get chewed out. They find out they extended this man
A-
more than 5 years.
AK,
I
I'm gonna
know
be
it's over
honest with you
5.
guys.
I know it's over 5.
AK is moving like he's in the Kremlin or somewhere. You know, he's
They
moving.
fucked up when they fired. They fucked up when they hired him. When they fired AK Dex, when they fired AK, they fucked up when they hired him because you can't. I mean, I know I love the Bulls. I couldn't be the general manager or whatever of the Bulls, the president, because I'm a fan of the Bulls. So I'm gonna think irrationally. That motherfucker been saying he been a fan of the Bulls since he was 19 years old. Like you can't hire a Bulls fan to be in a business, a decision making position. Like we think irrationally. So yeah, I don't know. I think the whole you got to blow it up. You really do. Like they tried to say Mark Eversley was gonna be gone, but his ass was right back. Like don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
Portland was
know.
supposed to grab him, and something happened in that situation. He didn't get the job.
Yeah, because he fucked up on his interview. The shit like they try to make it seem like these dudes is making moves like Pop and the Spurs organization, but no, when you sit down and actually pick their brain, these dudes they not basketball minds, man. They a basketball. Hey, Dex, if you ran the Bulls, was you gonna give up 2-3 picks for fucking Vucevic?
No,
I
but you got to remember
that's
at the
debatable
time.
though. That's
Yeah,
debatable.
exactly. It's kind of debatable because at the time, Vooch was an all-star. He led the Orlando Magic to 2 consecutive playoff runs, right? As being the focal point. Even though they had Gordon, they had some other ancillary pieces as well. Um, you can say that
But
they was bringing that type of mentality to the Bulls when the Bulls has been in despair for several years prior to them getting Vooch, and it was going to
but
pair him with Zach, so they can play from the outside in or the inside out because Vooch is versatile like that.
but see, he getting paid big millions to understand something that a person like me should like. I shouldn't understand basketball more than this man, and he the one getting paid millions. Vucevic is out there taking 40 shots in Orlando. He got to know once we bring in DeRozan, well, we already got Zach. Vooch
But that
is
but that wasn't
averaging
the plan
26.
though. Remember, DeRozan and all those guys wasn't the plan. He was just starting to build when he picked up Vooch. That
Check
was
it
his
out, Dex.
first major acquisition outside
Check it
of the
out, Dex.
draft.
Check me out real quick and tell me if you agree when I finish this. You're gonna make that move getting Vucevic looking toward the future, right?
Yes.
So you have to understand if he taking 40 shots, but you looking in 2001, 21, 2022, 2023, and so forth. You looking at all the free agents that's gonna pop up, and you're gonna say to yourself, in that position, all right, if I get him right now, I'm going to try to get this player the following summer and this player the following summer after that. You got to look big time. You can't look just for the now. So thinking that way, I would have said to myself, if I'm going to bring in a star is going to need what, 20 shots a night? We already got one star that's going to need 20 shots, 20, 25 shots. So we already had 40, 50 shots between two people. And you only get 100 shots a game probably. So you already thinking, all right, if I bring this star in, I already got a star. Vooch is not going to get all them 30 plus shots like he was getting in Orlando to average what he was averaging. So you got to see like a fortune teller. All right, Vooch probably still going to average 14, but at least he'll still get his rebounds. You got to understand, like Vooch is not about to be for 14 to 13. Ain't nobody in the league giving up 2-3 picks, especially first rounders for 14 to 13. Not when you can
Okay.
sign somebody like Clint Capella and just give them the money because the money not gonna hurt you. The picks do.
Okay. Now, I understand what you're saying. They could have probably overpaid for him, but and going into the mindset of AK, you got Zach, a shot chunker. You got Vooch that need to be spoon fed, but fed often throughout the course of a game, night in and night out. So you could say you split the 40 shots between those two 2020. Good. Now, how can you regulate that and manage it so all egos can be pampered? Easy. Let's look
Lonzo.
over. There you go. I'm glad you said that, brother. 100%. Lonzo freaking Anderson Ball. Because he's not looking to shoot. He's not looking to stat pad. He's not looking for glory. All he's looking for is victory and to be
Yep.
able to facilitate without interruption and disturbance, right?
Yep.
So that was their big three. And this what Zach was pushing in Lonzo's ear as a Pelican. Come here, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And Lonzo looking at it like, okay, cool. But the monkey wrench is DeRozan became available. AK shot at it, and won the bid because he was a Los Angeles Laker reject. So he wasn't even part of the plan. The plan was Zach, Vooch, Lonzo. And you bring some other pieces around, and formulate that and see where that's going to take you. They thought P. Will would be a part of that integral ingredient to help them attain some level of success. They didn't expect lightning in the bottle. I don't care what AK says in his pressers. They didn't expect that. They didn't expect DeMar DeRozan to come and play like Superman and be in top 5 MVP. They didn't expect that. They thought they was getting a Spurs version of DeMar DeRozan. Well in check, stay in his lane, get his shots, facilitate when needed, and be a good locker room guy. But when DeRozan, the Compton bully that he is, Debo, saw an opportunity and like, man, these guys are kind of weenies over here. And the rest is history.
I know I might sound like a homer or whatever, but like DeMar is doing this thing to me. Everybody's saying that he fell off since last year. And true, he not dropping as many 30-point games as he was doing last year. But DeMar's still doing. He should have been an all-star. Like even though the team is horrible, like DeMar's still out there giving it his all. But you can't tell me Zach LaVine looked like he worth $80 million, let alone 215. Like I would get off of him and Vooch. Like honestly, I would probably sign Vooch to a contract and wait on Lonzo. Like I would really get off of Zach LaVine, and even if you want to get off of DeRozan too, send them both out of town. I would probably keep Vooch and try to piece around Lonzo and Vooch because they could run that 1-5 pick and roll all day and then put shooters around them two dudes. But
what'd you do with Patrick Williams?
Have y'all not been seeing how he been playing lately? That dude is taking more confidence shots. Like he finally building on something. I didn't see it. I didn't see it earlier this year. I didn't see it really at all last year. But I want to say probably the last 15 games, I've been seeing him really step up like he really wanted.
He's been aggressive.
Like
he's been aggressive, bro.
Yes, sir. And ever since DeMar DeRozan said he told him he'll slap the hell out of him if he don't shoot that ball when he open, he been playing aggressive. And even when he dunked, everybody was like, oh, when he did that on Pablo Banchero or whatever, when he dunked and left his arm up, that's the most swag we ever seen out of that man. And like, you see he's starting to get more comfortable, like he not thinking. Give that boy another year and a half, and he going to be on something. We're gonna
Thank you. He's the best shooter right now. He's shooting over 40%.
Over 40 from the three. Yes, sir.
That's why it's a prime time to flip him.
No, you don't.
Not at all. You don't. You don't flip him. You see what happened with Larry Markkinen. You see what happened with Wendell Carter. And I heard everybody talking about Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, like come on.
But how many times we got to get rid of somebody and they go be a start of another organization? What about
because that's a different system. Different players thrive under different system.
I can name so many more players.
How about that?
That's going somewhere clowning.
How about Bobby Portis?
Bobby Portis, Max Strus. Like, yeah, we can keep going with these dudes, man.
What about
like,
Jamal Crawford? You want to go, Jamal Crawford? Shit,
they never got off of him. Yeah.
You want another one? Shannon Brown, another. Keep
Stop playing. We traded Elton Brand in his prime. We should have never. We get rid of, look at Tyson Chandler, one of the defensive MVP of the year.
Another one, gone. Like I said, bro, history has repeated itself when they give up on these players too early.
Yep.
If they trade DeMar DeRozan, then it's okay. You on the clock. If we don't like what we see, we'll trade your ass too. And what you were saying about Zach, bro, I think they should. I think if they trade DeMar, they should wait before they trade Zach right away to get that trade value up some more. Because if you really gonna move on,
I don't think you trade both of them. You need to trade one.
No, I'm just saying if you're gonna choose to move on from him because you just want to be okay, you kind of want to make some real serious moves. You're gonna get underpaid. You're gonna get underpaid for him, fam. Zach,
yeah. If you trade him now, you're not getting. You're getting
Right.
pennies on the dollar right now.
Right. I'm not trading him right now, fam. I'm sticking with him, bro. I'm sticking with
But
him to get
see,
that
the
trade
dilemma
value.
is this: unstoppable. If we don't trade him now, let's say we trade him 2 years from now, his value go down because now he's 30 years old. Like, so we gotta trade him at some point. So if we don't, I agree, we would have to trade DeRozan. Zach would have to be on a team with all of these young dudes, and he'll be the veteran on the team. He got to put up them shots to make his stats go up and shit, and make a motherfucker say, "Well, we might can use him." But if Zach is out here showing what he's showing now, hell, he might be hurting. Every second he in that Bulls uniform might be hurting his trade value.
The only team I'm looking at that I might consider as trading him right now is to the Knicks for a couple of the picks and getting Cam Reddish back and another young player, or maybe the Mavs. 'Cause I hear the Mavs want to pair him up with Luka Doncic.
I would trade him to the Lakers, and I would take Russell Westbrook's salary. But my main trade piece in that will be that white boy for the
You trying to
Lakers.
sabotage the Bulls? You a Laker fan?
No, I ain't. No, what's the white boy name? That be hitting all the shots. The young white boy. I think he was undrafted, or he was like a second round pick. The white boy.
I know he was
Talking about our rookie? I mean,
No,
he was our
this
rookie.
like his second year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our rookie.
I forget his name,
You
but
talking
he
about
didn't hit
Austin
game
Reeves?
winners. Off
You
the
talking about
league.
Austin Reeves?
Yes, he gonna be something. He gonna be like Josh Giddey. Watch.
So you want us to give up on our young talent, but you don't want to give up on your young talent.
Hey, they
But
got
they
to
not
send them
focusing
picks,
on
bro.
young talent. They in the
They
win
got
now
to send
mode.
them picks. They got to send them picks back, bro.
Of
Give me them
of
picks,
course,
and I might.
Oh,
would
now you want
get
picks? Hold on.
What you
Wait,
talking about? Always sending picks.
of course, for
we talked about
$250
picks
player.
earlier. You didn't want them.
No, he talking about Zach LaVine, bro. We ain't talking about no Patrick, bro. I'm telling him I'm not trading no Patrick.
No, Patrick is untouchable.
No, I'm not trading him, fam. I know.
Man, y'all insane.
Bro, no. The one is insane. Okay, let me ask you this, Dex. You talked all that stuff about Zach LaVine. I said, wait, watch this, that, and the third. You're gonna see it, right? And then we talked. You was like, yo, yeah, you were right. I'm telling you the same thing with Patrick. Once they move.
We talked about Zach LaVine on a different level, though, not like a Patrick.
Okay, so I'm telling you right now, like I told
We
you.
talking about Zach LaVine having cojones.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you the same thing about Zach LaVine that I'm telling you about Patrick Williams. Once they move DeMar DeRozan, I think people are gonna be like, "Oh shit, yeah, this dude is who we thought he was."
I doubt it.
You know right now. I'm letting you know right. You seeing it right now.
DeMar got to write that guy letters in the locker room to get him to perform.
Let me ask you this: did you see the last game? Did you see when they played the Clippers?
That's one off.
Out there D'ing up, right?
Did you see when
that's
they played
one off? Let us get a string of those games.
Hold on. Did you see when they play who was the game before that? Man, it's a blank. Hold on, to pull it up. Because he didn't have a string of games, but he been playing with.
You talking about when they played Orlando?
Yeah, Orlando too. Yep, when they played Orlando, he was in a game.
He had a good game against Orlando. That was a decent game.
It was even a game before that. But I'm just saying, like,
game before that was a starter.
I don't see how people think he's gonna come out and just be this, especially on the offensive end. And he
was the number 4 overall pick. What are you talking about? Stop babysitting this dude.
He's the 4th option, fam. He's the 4th option, and
he wasn't the 4th option when he got drafted.
Is he even the 4th option?
Yeah, because Zach LaVine is DeMar DeRozan is.
He wasn't a 4th option when he got drafted. Stop it.
No, he wasn't. Not when he got drafted.
No.
Okay, then. So why he shrunk?
He shrunk because they added motherfucking DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic.
Okay, then.
So what is the debate about?
I'm telling you that the debate is he couldn't hold his own grits.
No, Dex, don't say that. Because all the times that Zach LaVine didn't play and DeRozan didn't play, the dude scoring 30 points in the game. Like
one game. How many times Kobe White did that?
No, I mean Kobe ain't never did it, I don't think.
Yes, he has. You better check his numbers.
I mean, I think he went off against the Knicks one time. But I mean, he ain't never. I don't think he
Okay,
ever.
are you gonna blush over that? You blushing
No,
over
no, no.
Patrick
But
Williams?
that's my whole point though. What I'm saying is, if he's like the fourth, fifth option, but when when the options ahead of him sit down, like he
What
gets
is
shot.
Kobe White? What is his option? What is his option number?
First of all, since you're bringing up Kobe White, I think Kobe White is going to be a Jamal Crawford type shooter in this league once he get to catch a rhythm. Like he coming off the bench.
Jamal Crawford had handles. This guy ain't got no handles.
Kobe got an okay handle.
Kobe been working on.
I don't
Well,
think
it ain't
nobody
like
on the
that, but he
Bulls
been
got a
working on
tight
it.
handle.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, DeRozan probably got a tight handle. But yeah, without Lonzo out there, I don't think none of them niggas got a motherfucking handle. So you ain't gonna
But I'm
argue with
saying
you on that
Jamal
one.
Crawford was different.
Yeah, no, Jamal, he a Hall of Famer in my ass. And I don't think
Yeah,
Kobe
he was
White's a
different.
Hall of Famer, but I think he's gonna be a top shooter in this league. Give him 3 or 4 more years. I think he's gonna be a late bloomer. Like I mean, hell, Bobby Portis got
So he's gonna
drafted
be
in
a gun
2000.
for hire.
Check it out. Bobby Portis got drafted when 2015.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me none of them years Bobby Portis ever played with the confidence or the style he play now. Because now he got the title, and now that motherfucker playing with confidence through the roof. If the Bulls could have gave
But
that
he got
to him,
Giannis though. He got Giannis to cover up his bullshit.
that's what I'm saying. And we got a $215 million scrub. Yeah, but
I like that.
If you don't like Giannis, what we know about Giannis? Giannis gonna take that thing, bang it to the rim,
Yeah,
or he
don't
gonna
care.
kick that bitch to a shooter. He gonna kick it to a shooter, and he gonna throw a dime. Zach LaVine could barely dribble the damn ball, and it's always the excuse. Oh, it's his wrist. Oh, now it's his finger. Oh, now it's always something. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I never see. Man, look, I don't want to sound like a Jordan fan. I'm a Jordan fan, first of all, but I don't want to sound like one and say,
Man,
you know,
Jordan left y'all in good hands, man.
no, Jerry Krause fucked us all over with that. But yeah, I got spoiled on them 6 rings, man, and I see how
I don't blame you.
play. I see
I do not blame you.
teams supposed to play though, and these dudes don't have no. The 2011 without D Rose, the 2011 team will dog walk these dudes right now, and I think this team really got better talent. It's just they don't have the fucking balls. They don't have the heart. Anytime somebody poke their chest out at them, these niggas flinching. Like they not standing there like Kobe when
they lacking leadership, fam. They lacking leadership
from the coach on down through the last bench player. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to get the Bulls better, man. I'm not saying that I have a foolproof plan. I'm working on it as we speak. But I'm just trying to get them better.
You think this shit funny, man? You don't know motherfuckers is over here having strokes fucking with this team, man.
You know what's the start? They got to get rid of Billy Donovan, bro. That's the first step because he ain't it, fam. He ain't it. Yeah.
But still, you know what I think? I think Jerry Reinsdorf's son is secretly telling these motherfuckers what moves to make. Instead of letting a GM come in and run this shit how it's supposed to be, he's secretly like, hey, I like this person in the draft. Did you know even what's his fucking name? Boylan, he wanted Melo. Dude sat on that fucking podcast in Australia and said he kept telling them he wanted Melo. Like, what? Trade up and get Melo. If you could trade up for the number 1 fucking pick, trade up and get it and get Melo. He kept saying that shit. They went with Pat Will. Like, dude, he even said he liked Scotty Barnes. Didn't Scotty Barnes go fucking ninth? Like, even his non-coaching ass new talent. Like, I ain't saying Pete Will ain't a talent, but they knew, like, even he knew who was ready to come and contribute in their rookie year. Like, I don't know. I would get these. I would get somebody that's going to tell the owners, like, man, y'all shut up. Let me handle my business. And if not, I'm not going to work for y'all because the same thing keeps happening. We keep drafting players like Denzel Valentine. We keep drafting motherfuckers like
Jalen Terry,
Victor. Like, how far can we go back? Marcus Teague. Just think about the tools we taking. Like Marcus Teague instead of Draymond.
Tony Snell. Tony Snell
Tony
was
Snell,
just
Tony
bro.
Snell.
yeah.
Tony
He's still in the
Snell, bro.
league somewhere.
Bro.
I
Think
think the
about that.
Pelicans
Chandler
got
had
Tony Snell.
Let me ask you this though. You think they got more hits than misses? Because they done.
Yeah, they got more hits than misses.
Uh,
not at all. Not in the drive.
no, yeah, I think in the draft, bro. You remember they drafted Joakim Noah, they drafted Jimmy Butler, they drafted Bobby Portis, they drafted Nico. Who else?
You can't say somebody is a hit that's not even in the NBA anymore, and you can't say somebody is a hit that developed with another team. I mean, how good was their Bulls career? And if these dudes are so goddamn good, they'll all be other than Jimmy, they'll all be in a Bulls jersey. Like I can't say they got more hits than misses.
it goes back to what we say. Well, it's two things to me. For one, they give up too early on their players, and for two, I think they need to really their development is kind of shit if you ask me. Because there's no way in hell all these players. Remember, I just named that soon they leave, they go kill. They balling out. That
And
tells you
almost
something
Because
is
they're
every
under
wrong.
a different system.
That tells you something is very wrong. The system needs to change.
Nah,
And
I ain't gonna say that. Come on. How can Jamal Crawford play for the Bulls? And I thought he was dope, but they didn't think he was nothing. But then he played for 30 other teams, and he was a killer everywhere he went,
because that
except
was
for the
easy
Bulls.
because they dumb. They was dumb.
No, but Dex is saying that because of the system, but he done played in 29 other systems, and he was a dope
Oh,
player in every one of them, except for us. No, it's something the Bulls is doing wrong, man. I don't know. I don't understand what it is, man. And then anybody that tell you that Denzel Valentine was an NBA player, we should draft him, man, somebody smoking.
I mean, y'all had your pick of the litter, but at the same time, it just didn't ever culminate to anything because the chemistry from the front office and the chemistry from the floor were on two different pages.
Well, I think you are 100% correct with that one because good organizations are going to be from the owner on down, like in sync with each other.
it was that perfect example. Tom Thibodeau wanted them to get Draymond, and Gar Pax wanted to get Marcus Teague,
Yep, yep.
and
Wow.
they was
And
livid when
at
that
the
happened.
time, bro, we needed a big, so I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Well, you know what it was? It was because they felt like, remember, we needed a point guard because Derrick Rose went down with that ACL tear, and I think the reason why they did that is because what Jeff Teague was doing for Atlanta, and they was like, man, if Jeff Teague doing this, just imagine what his brother can do for us. But
But
yeah,
but
the
we
time.
had suitable. What team really got a bomb ass point guard that won a championship? Like everybody is like a role playing ass point guard. And we had John Lucas the third. We had Nate Robinson dropping dude. Like
Yeah, I
look what
was
he
gonna
did.
say we had Nate. Yeah,
Like we
I
had, but still, it didn't Kurt Heinrich come back for that team too? Like we had a bunch of guards that could have filled Rose's shoes or at least tried.
Draymond could have
But
filled that shoes. He could have been a point forward, for a little bit. You never
bro,
know, but.
yes. The Bulls is like breaking everybody. I'm a diehard Chicago fan, man. And every time like it's a close game in the fourth quarter, I'm really it's like watching my woman fuck somebody. Cause I'm like I'm knowing what's the end result of this. The nigga about to pull out and bust all on her face. But I'm watching it anyway. I'm
Dude.
serious. Like, you can't tell me you don't feel like that, bro. Like, we know we about to lose this game. I'm already like,
Uh,
damn, hold on. We the 6, 7 seed. I mean, in the draft order. I'm like, damn, can we get to that four? You know, we protected top four. Damn, can we get to four? But it'll be just our
yeah,
luck. We'll fuck
hey,
around and we'll be the fourth and then drop all the way down to 7.
uh, hey, you know what I said too, like, because like you said, it's protected. With they luck, they'll mess around and get the fifth pick.
The
And it's
fifth
like,
motherfucking
damn,
pick.
bro. And
Yep.
last year we lost the odds to get that top pick. I think was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year that we had the seventh pick, and when we could have had the Magic's pick. What pick was they? Was
No,
it
I know
third?
exactly what you're talking about, bro. That's when the Magic, I think, had like back-to-back picks from one for
Yeah,
ours, one for them.
yeah.
But you know what made me more sick was the fucking steal that Zach LaVine got. I don't know if you remember this, but it was like 2017 or 18, and it was Luka Doncic's draft, and
Oh yeah. And they tied with the
with
Kings.
Sacramento, yep.
Yeah,
So, and we got that
You
steal.
remember
We got that last
BET
second
Uncut,
steal.
huh?
Zach LaVine was on the inbound, stole the ball, and won the game with a dunk with like 4 seconds left. And if he didn't steal that ball, they could have just inbounded and ran the clock out. If he didn't steal that ball, we'd have had Luka Doncic.
yeah. Don't remind me,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that dumb play.
Yep. If he didn't steal that damn ball, we wouldn't have been tied, and we wouldn't have had to go to the coin flip, and we would have never lost that damn first overall pick or second pick, whichever one it was. But we would have had Luka Doncic. I remember Luka was putting
Who did
pictures
y'all
on
pick?
Instagram. Who
He was
did we
putting
pick?
pics on the Instagram. We picked.
No. You don't remember when he was putting pics on Instagram of his shoes with the Chicago Bulls logo on it, and he was like, "Man, me and Laurie Markkinen go play together. We would be so good." And all like he was flirting with the Bulls, strong as
I
hell.
remember that. I
But
only
who did y'all
Michael
pick that
Porter
year?
Jr. doing that.
Wendell Carter, I think.
Wendell Carter.
It
Okay.
was Wendell. Yep.
Hell yeah, man! The Bulls been that close to getting a star. We wanted De'Aaron Fox. We would have got De'Aaron Fox. We would have got Luka Doncic, and we would have got fucking R.J. Barrett like 3 years in a row. You tell me that team wouldn't be different.
Yeah, definitely would have.
If I coulda, shoulda, woulda.
But they
I mean,
ended up-
everybody can't have LeBron, Dex.
but yeah, they
That's a good one.
they messed up right now, man.
I'm just letting y'all traumatize in peace. Y'all need it.
No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I mean, I'm good. Like I told you.
Because after that debacle in that last few seconds of that Clipper game, y'all need it.
Nah, bro.
I ain't even watched
Everybody
the
be
game.
gentle. Everybody be gentle with Bulls fans tonight.
No. I was. It's the writings on the wall happened multiple times. Like I said, bro. Like this cat we got. You expect that to happen. Expect to they gonna go in there beat the Boston Celtics. They gonna beat Celtics and they gonna lose the teams they shouldn't lose to.
Hey,
Billy Doncic. What up?
I got a question for you. You've been a Bulls fan forever, right?
Yeah.
So you seen the times we done won like
You forgot to use the word delusional.
No, I'm saying like you seen when we done won like 18 games, 21 games.
Yeah.
Like you done seen and you watched every game, all them seasons, right?
Just
Y'all had God in the uniform. That don't count.
My whole real shit. But my whole point is I remember Norm Van Leer on the post-game show talk about we need 48 minutes of intensity. Like cut the motherfuckers out. If you don't want to play, take that damn jersey off and get the hell out the United Center. Like he going off. And that's what made me fall in love with the Bulls. Like I of course I was like a bandwagoner when it was Jordan years because we winning and it's in Chicago. I'm gonna watch all the time. But I fell in love with the Bulls after Jordan left. It was this is my team and Norm Van Leer and Johnny Red Curve was like, I seen these dudes in their passion. And you know Chicago, we bring passion, bro. So
yeah, y'all hard city. So yeah, that's what I say. That's why I love you guys as well, because y'all hard city, and I just can't believe that these guys are running a scam on the fans.
Bro, yes, you said it perfect. I wish I could clip that and play that shit on Chicago ESPN 1000. I wish I could, bro, because like we really getting robbed, bro. Like they sell out that damn United Center all the time. The jerseys, they just got unstoppable. What's the white boy name? We got from Toronto that barely played for us.
Talking about Matt Thomas?
Yes. Don't you know, like in the last 5 days, they just took his jersey out of the damn the shop?
Oh no.
Bro, they were still selling his jersey.
Oh well, that's crazy.
So
The white folks got to cheer for somebody.
You say what, Dex?
The white folks got to cheer for somebody.
Bro, I'm telling, but bro, you don't know how right you are. The only reason that dude he didn't even play. The only reason why is because white folks liked him. They said, man, that's the white boy that we like on the team. You know that's so fucking crazy. That is
Yep,
so
that's right.
crazy, man. Yeah, but we watched, man, Unstoppable. I know you just like me. We watched that shit when they was getting beat bad. I remember Eddie Robinson was the best player on the team, bro. I
Mm.
remember loving the Bulls then. I remember Othello Harrington used to do that reverse pivot and shoot that bitch off the glass.
Oh my God.
Bro, I thought he was the shit. And I didn't know I'm watching old ass Othello Harrington. And then we had a dude who looked like him from Air One, the big dude from Air One, man. We had a dude on our team that looked
Ed
just
Curry.
no, Eddie. No, he looked like a baby Eddie Carey though. Man, I wish I could pull up that roster, man. I know y'all know who I'm talking about because he played for the Knicks too. Big old dude, number 50, I want to say.
I'm trying to think who you talking about.
He's like dark brown skin, low cut. Like he probably was like a power forward or something, but undersized. But he was like fat, bro. He looked out of shape, bro. Yeah, Mike Sweeney.
Oh, Sweeney. Yeah, from Georgetown. From Georgetown.
Yeah, yeah. But I watched every game, 82 games every year, and I was glued to. But when and now I get chills every time, like it's the first time me hearing it.
What about Ray Mercer?
Bro, Ron Mercer. I remember we
Ron
got
Mercer. Yeah,
best.
Ron Mercer. Yeah,
Yep.
Ron Mercer.
We had Jalen Rose, Ron Mercer. I remember when John Sanders was giving it to dudes. Like for real. But like I said, I get chills hearing that Bulls music and them announcers. Anything the Bulls put on the internet or in the magazine, I'm reading it. I gotta watch it. But lately, like this the first time in my lifetime the Bulls will be on, and I'll be like, oh, they came on tonight? I ain't even know. Because I don't even give a damn no more. Bro, but hey, Dex, y'all got me wanting to crown this motherfucker because y'all don't know. I love the Bulls, and I never miss a game. Me and my wife had problems because me and the fucking Bulls. Like, I don't give a fuck what you planning. You better plan it around the Bulls, because if not, I'm gonna be one missing motherfucker. I'm gonna be watching my Bulls. But now, I'll check the box score. I'll do something else. I'll watch a movie, pop some popcorn. Like, I'm so disinterested in this team, man.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, bro. it's at times, but like I said, I expect it, man. It's like, and we're gonna expect it for more years to come when they finally release that how long they extended this fool for.
Is it time to put another billboard up?
See, it's one thing if you just have a shabby team, right? But you got 3 near all-stars and a qualifying 4 if he gets enough minutes. So you got DeMar, Zach, Vooch, Andre Drummond. How many other teams in the league can boast that they have 4 all-stars that have been a part of their career?
Not many.
Not many.
And the ones that do is doing a lot of winning.
That's right, doing a lot of winning. Good take.
Hey, Dex, you think Lonzo could come back and change this shit?
Hell no.
It's gonna be a hard sell, man. It's gonna be a hard sell. Only way if Lonzo come back if he breaks the code and say, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a go. I doubt that happens.
Dex, I might be the one person on this planet that believes this, but I believe Lonzo is the key to everything that's going on. And all the other Bulls fans be telling me, dude, you crazy as shit. Like, I call in to ESPN 1000 Chicago, and they say, man, you crazy as hell. But what happened when he was here? And then what happened as soon as he wasn't? Like, I think that's plain for everybody to see. People try to underestimate Lonzo, and I think that dude is really the glue to the team. I really do.
That's what Stacey King said today.
I didn't even watch it, hell yeah, I agree with Stacey. I think Lonzo really, it might sound crazy, but I believe Lonzo is the calm. And what people don't understand too is Lonzo guard 1 through 5 damn near. He shouldn't guard 5s, but he do. He can do it for a player or two. But like Lonzo be locking up like dudes. Like you cut the head of the snake off and shit, everything fall. And I think Lonzo guarding them point guards, people say he don't even bring the ball up. How's he run? Because the shit he do when he do get the ball, he don't have to. He can play off. Like Lonzo is that talented. But I think the defense and heart. Come on, Dex. You seen us playing defense, man, and how we looked with Lonzo out there. But what people don't understand is Lonzo is like, Zach, go to the left. Zach, send him to the right. Like,
Right.
he out there talking. When there's motherfuckers out there that don't want to play defense already, they not about to do no talking. Like, they don't understand the concept of defense. If I'm your math tutor and I'm showing you simple ways and simplifying this shit, and now you getting A's, you can't say fuck me when you go to the next level, because you're going from algebra 1 to algebra 2, you're going to need me still. And that's what happened with the Bulls. Like, the Bulls, they need him every game. Like, they can't just say, oh, we know defense now. They athletic, they can do defensive shit, but they got to understand what they seeing. And they not reading what's happening. Lonzo, like, see the play before it happened. That's why he gets so many steals in the lane, passing lanes and shit, because he see what's going to happen before it happened. And he telling other motherfuckers what to do. So, yeah, I think Lonzo, he'll come back and cure a lot of shit. And then on top of that, he's shooting 39% from the three when he is there. Like, yeah, I think Lonzo need to come back.
I think he was in the 40s.
Yeah, he's in the
I
40s.
said 39 because I didn't really remember
He
if it
was in the 40s, 42.
but I think he was like 42, 43.
42.
Yeah, man. But
The thing of it is that Lonzo is a great equalizer. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't pay attention to those intangibles because they caught up on just the box scores. You know, where you at in the box scores? If you're not high up in the box scores, then you suck.
Yep.
But they don't understand some of the nuances that goes along with having players like Zach, Vooch, and DeMar all in the same uniform. You got to have a person who's willing to be a sacrificial lamb in some nights. But the thing I don't like about it is this, and it reared its ugly head. See, Lonzo's absence exposes Zach and DeMar to the utmost. Not so much Vooch, but Zach and DeMar to the utmost.
I agree.
Because you have two all-stars. I'm talking about premier all-stars. They're going to damn near make the all-star every year. All they got to do is be 500 and have their numbers. They're going to get into the all-star because the fans already accept them as being a part of that fraternity, inside the fraternity. And the fans are not feeling them this season based on the fact they are unwilling to make adjustments to make the team better. They expect everybody else around them to adjust except for them. And neither one of them want to acquiesce, because if either one of them take a lesser role, then they're like, oh, yep, I'm the man now. And neither one of them wants to lower their hubris to allow the team to thrive.
Hey,
Zach,
Dex, did you know Zach don't even talk to Billy?
No.
Yeah, like I said, I read everything and I listen to all the radio stations. If I'm not listening to y'all, I'm listening to everything Bulls. And they like Zach LaVine just told somebody that he like still mad that he got benched and he don't fuck with Billy Donovan.
Oh yeah.
How can you think you're gonna be a leader of a team when you showing all these young dudes you pouting at your coach, and when he's telling you shit in the locker room, you looking the other way?
Right. I remember that. I knew that wasn't going to be something hard to mend when Zach got benched that time. That was going to be something hard to mend.
Phil Jackson benched Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Shaq. He benched these dudes several times.
But this guy ain't no Phil Jackson, though. You know what I mean? Phil Jackson got rings.
I mean, what the hell do Zach got?
No, the coach.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But if you gonna say that, then I can say what the hell do Zach got? Zach ain't proved shit.
I know, but what I'm saying is that in order for a coach to be that type of assertive, he got to have some jury.
I mean, he got two collegiate titles back
Yeah,
to back.
that don't matter. You know that don't matter. You can scream at kids. You can't scream at no grown man.
I'm just saying,
Ask
like
PJ Carlissimo.
I'm just saying, real. Okay, so you telling me Doc Rivers could come and bench Zach and it'll be a difference?
Yes, Doc Rivers. Yes, because you know why? Doc Rivers had a Boston team, first of all, and that's a legacy brand for the NBA. Second, he's a championship coach. So
I mean, Jim Boylan had a ring with San Antonio.
Yeah, but he was an assistant. He didn't have a ring as the ringleader.
So you got to be the head coach to get that respect?
Yeah, you got to be a ringleader, man, to be honest. Or you got to just be a tough motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, well.
Other than that, you got to have a jury.
But if you think, I think Zach LaVine is a whiny bitch. Excuse my language.
I think so, too. No, I think so, too.
Every coach.
Yeah. I like Zach, but I don't like that about him. I think he's a spoiled brat.
Don't you remember the coach Flip Saunders in Minnesota?
Yep, Flip Saunders, yep.
He had a problem with Flip Saunders. When he got to the Bulls, he had a problem with Jim Boylan. Now he got a problem with fucking the dude now, Billy Donovan. Like is Zach always having a problem with our coaches? What's going on?
Yeah, there's one common thing there, right? One common thread is Zach.
Yeah. Real shit. And everybody else is like listening to the coach. And now the coach is in post-game interviews and he can't even say what he want to say. He got to watch what he say.
You sure can't. You notice that, huh? Yeah, you notice that. Sure can't say it where you want to say it.
Yeah. And I don't think Zach that dude, man. Like I don't know. He was proud about that motherfucking money. And then he was talking about, oh yeah, I'm a lifetime Bull. I'm gonna be a Bull. This is my shit. All of that before he got the money, but now motherfucker like, well, I might want to, ask for a trade. I might want to see what lies on the other side of the fence.
Zach trying to be in LA, man. I already know what it is with him.
He's
a West Coast kid, even though he's Pacific Northwest. He got down there on that damn Venice Beach and don't know how to act.
And loved it. He got 215 M's to come out there and trick off.
Yep. And just live the life of Riley. Hang out with AD and LeBron over there in Malibu and Brentwood. He wanted to be a part of that clique. But nevertheless, what I was going to say about Zach. Damn, I forgot what I was getting ready to say about Zach.
He was probably
yeah. I knew Zach was full of shit. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I knew Zach was full of shit when he had that incredible USA team speech where he wanted to be a part of that crew and be a defender, not as a scorer, but show his defensive prowess. And he did. And they won gold. And then on his exit speech, he promised he was going to bring that intensity to the Chicago Bulls. Defensively, I'm talking.
Man, defenses want to. Defenses want to.
I ain't seen it yet.
You know something, Dex? I don't know if you watched the Bulls in Paris, the mini doc, or I don't know if you watched Big Dave and Matt Peck talk about it on CHGO Bulls. But you should watch them dudes.
I think I've seen it one time, but it was briefly. I didn't watch it the whole thing, but it was briefly, and because that came on my timeline. Not my timeline. My what you call that on your YouTube page?
No, not your story. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, it came up there, and I was like, oh, okay. What are these guys talking about? Because I was looking for Chicago NBC. Kendall Gill and Will Perdue and them. Right. And then those guys came up. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I think they were doing a live. They go live, I think.
Oh, yeah,
So I checked
Yep.
out the live for a minute, and then I had to do some other shit. It didn't hold my attention.
I'm telling you, I be thoroughly entertained by them dudes after the game. But they just went to Paris and they follow. You know, they do like they not a part of the Bulls organization. They not with NBC or nothing like that. CHGO is another little startup company that started in Chicago last year, and they follow the Bulls. Like, so they went to Paris with the Bulls, and they was interviewing Io DeSumo and stuff. And they, you know, Joakim Noah was out there as an ambassador and all of that. So when Matt Peck met Joakim Noah, he started telling him what was going on. You know, they took pictures and shit like that. But he said, man, I forget who they said it was. I think it was maybe Paul Gasol. But I know it was Joakim Noah and then a bunch of nobodies, like lawyers and shit. But they said the intensity, the defense, the heart that this dude is playing a fucking charity game with. Like, that's why we love the Bulls. This dude, Joakim, don't even know how to turn that heart off in a charity game or a little pickup game real quick with regular fucking fans. Like, it's not a person on the Bulls that show that heart, man. That's what we
It ain't
love.
there.
Bro, yeah, not anybody, man. I mean, that shit suck. I ain't never seen a team that let motherfuckers just do layup drill on them. Like, for real, somebody gotta say, come on, Dex, let's say me, you, Unstoppable, fucking Flight. Let's say we all on the Bulls
I'm catching
right
the
now.
tech. I'm catching the tech. I'm telling you right now.
Bro, I'm about to be Rasheed Wallace in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
They gonna
I'm
be
catching
counting
the
my
tech
texts up.
and saying, "What's up? What's up?"
Bro, do anybody on the Bulls got a tech?
I think DeMar got a couple.
I mean, can you say anybody got more than 3?
I think DeMar did.
If they was to tech you for chewing bubble gum,
Oh my
Donovan
God.
would have the record.
Oh my God. One post game show.
You can't chew bubble gum on the sideline.
Bro, Dex, this motherfucker, I was listening to his interview one post game, and I don't know if they had the mic turned up like super sensitive or what, but that motherfucker chewing that gum in that mic, boy, almost broke my TV. Almost broke my motherfucking TV.
He must got dry mouth or something.
And then when he nervous or he pissed about something, he chew that shit even faster, bro. He chew that shit so motherfucking fast. He irritates the shit out of me. Oh man, don't talk about that.
Can you imagine him when he was in school?
Oh my God, bro.
He probably put gum all up on all the dressers or whatever they call them.
Bro, the desk.
The
motherfucking janitor
desk.
probably be mad as motherfucker, bro.
Hell yeah. This motherfucker right here.
I don't know, man. That's heartbreaking, man. I'm telling you, the coach ain't got no heart. Like, can you picture Tom Thibodeau watching this shit? He would go the fuck off, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really fed up, to tell you the truth, though. But if I was in any like power situation, this decision making situation, like, man, Zach gone, Boots gone, fucking.
You can't get rid of everybody. You can't do that. That's not business. That's personal.
The Cavaliers did. They sent the whole motherfucker. On Wednesday, they had one star lineup. On Thursday, they had another.
Oh yeah, but that's LeBron though. LeBron do shit like that. He'll nuke you.
Hey, no, but real shit. Shit,
LeBron don't hesitate pushing that button.
Hey man, but you got to exactly. Come on, man. First of all, let's use LeBron. Now I know LeBron
be
is
like, nah, this shit ain't working.
LeBron is in a different stratosphere, but LeBron.
Reset.
Look, hey Dex, if LeBron know he need a shooter, you think LeBron ain't about to get a shooter? Like, even if LeBron is gonna bring that shit to the management and say, man, we need a shooter, they gonna get it for him. You think Zach don't know this guy? Another shooter?
LeBron's like, I want this guy.
Hey, they gonna go get him.
He look at
do that?
Hey, LeBron, look at how the remnants be running around the court. He be like, nah, this ain't it. He pushed that button.
No, not at all,
Kaboom!
bro. Hey, but you know what? We need shooters. Why the fuck Carmelo ain't on our team? And we need shooters. Why the fuck we ain't trade for Buddy Hield when they were like? Think about the people that get traded as shooters. Like, well, how the fuck we bring in Andre Drummond and Goran Dragic? Like,
Well,
we need.
they wanted to show up Lonzo. You know why they brought in Dragic. They want to show up Lonzo. Everybody say, oh, shit, we got Dragic. We don't need Lonzo. Dragic can't get no minutes.
Man, that's crazy, bro. I don't understand, man. And the money that they gave those dudes, you could have got a veteran shooter. You could have gave that to Carmelo. Carmelo wasn't horrible shooting last year.
All I asked for, you know who I asked for? I asked for Mo Bamba, man. Just give us Mo Bamba, let Vucevic
Why
play
didn't we
his
get
power
Mo
forward.
Bamba? Why didn't we get Mo Bamba? Look how Ball out there, 7'3", running the fast break, crossing motherfuckers, and like, let's develop these people. Even all of Chicago, and Unstoppable. You can vouch for what I'm saying. All of Chicago ever try to develop anybody. Who the fuck did we ever develop other than Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves?
I keep trying to tell
Patrick Williams.
that too, bro.
Y'all developing Patrick Williams.
Okay. But we have never developed nobody, man. Derrick Rose came in hot sauce.
Nah, y'all testament is Patrick Williams right now.
I mean, if he developed,
that's who's on your resume.
You know, and the crazy thing, they talk about Larry Markkinen is in the MVP and all that. He making the fucking All-Star and all of that shit. But his rookie year, he was at a certain, and every year he went down in the Bulls instead of progressing. He regressed. How is that possible?
You can't say Mac. You can't say Lou Alding. Now you can say maybe Butler, but not Lou Alding. Lou Alding came in kind of polished.
He came in. Lou Alding came in playing. Lou Alding came in playing.
I guess we can give y'all Butler though. He said Butler. I can agree with Butler to a certain extent. Yeah,
but I don't think the Bulls.
Not Rose, bro. You can damn show not Rose.
Bro, Dex, I don't think the Bulls developed Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler wanted to be great. So what did everybody talk about? How hard Jimmy Butler worked in the offseason, blah, blah, blah. They didn't say no motherfucking Bulls coach was shooting with him in the gym. You wasn't with him shooting in the gym.
No, they did. No. It was one, because I tell people this all the time. And I thought they should have
not Henrich, not Kirk Henrich.
They should have hired this coach. It was what was his name? Adrian Griffin. Jimmy Butler gave all the credit to Adrian Griffin. He said he was
Adrian Griffin, he played ball.
They fired him. He was a Bulls player.
Adrian Griffin, I remember that name.
Yeah, he said he gave all the credit to Adrian Griffin. He said Adrian Griffin stayed in the gym with him, shooting around with him endless nights. Just motivating him. He gave all the credit to him. I think he might have been the next coach if that bullshit didn't come out, that BS rumor. But his kids cleared it up.
Wait a minute, Adrian Griffin, didn't he play with Kornikovas in college?
No, he played for the Bulls. He played for the
Bulls.
No, I don't think
I'm talking about in college.
I don't remember what he played for in college. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Seton Hall. Adrian Griffin played with Seton Hall. Him and AK played together. They was teammates.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He played at Seton Hall. Y'all president played at Seton Hall. Under what's that Seton Hall coach name? What's his name? He's a Hall of Fame coach. Oh man, what is that guy name? Kind of short dude with the glasses.
What you talking about? I can't think of his name. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm gonna take care of it. Go ahead. Hand me that so you can watch your show.
Yeah, but he didn't play with Terry DeHare. He didn't play with him. He didn't play with Terry DeHare. But he did play with Adrian Griffin. Yeah, Adrian Griffin is a Seton Hall legend. Played with Adrian Griffin.
Hey, you know something else, Dex? I look back all the way to '99, and I looked at the draft, and I looked at who we drafted, and I looked at like when that '03 draft came out. Like I looked where the Bulls was. Like what their draft position was. And I'm like, damn, we just missed out on, like, how we have the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, that '03 draft come out, we got like the number 7 pick or some shit. And then 04 come out, we got the number 3 pick or some shit. Like
Didn't
how
y'all
we
get Ben Gordon? Didn't y'all get Ben Gordon?
Ben Gordon and Luol Deng.
Yeah, I remember that. Ben Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah, but I went
UConn.
all the way. I went all the way up to 2020, and I'm like, how that is so. It's amazing though. I think Chicago is cursed. I think somebody sold their soul for them 6 rings and said all of the rest of Chicago forever could be in hell because how would everybody else get the number 1 or 2 pick? They're getting superstars, and then when we get it, we get Jay Will or we get
Wow.
fucking like we even. But that's all of Chicago sports. Like even when we had the number 2 pick for the Bears, we get Mitchell Trubisky after Deshaun Watson just showed how cold he was. Pat Mahomes, they just came out on the radio and said Pat Mahomes got promised that we was gonna take him at 3. They traded all them picks for Mitchell Trubisky, who didn't start on his high school team. Like I think all of Chicago sports is like that, man. You know they don't
So
even
Patrick
say
Mahomes could have been
well.
a Chicago Bears?
Yes. We had the 2nd pick in the draft. This dude is going to his 4th fucking Super Bowl. We had the 2nd pick in the draft and promised him we was going to take him. We promised
Wow.
him. Pat Mahomes got drafted 9th in that draft. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we promised
I didn't
him
even
we
know
was gonna take
that.
him.
I didn't know the Bulls liked the Patrick Mahomes.
The Bears, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, that's how it go. Like I said about Luka Doncic, we supposed to have him a coin flip. Give us another motherfucker. Like damn, we couldn't win the coin flip. I mean, like, and then when we do get the 4th pick, instead of taking Scotty Barnes or somebody, we fucking take Pat Will, somebody who got to develop into a star instead of coming in and dropping 20 like Scotty Barnes is. Like it's ridiculous, man. Even when Draymond falls to the 2nd round and we got a 1st round and we need him, we don't pick him. Like I think Chicago is cursed, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I said
really
not only that too. I believe we cursed because think about this. Injury. We always dealing with injuries, fam. Like crazy.
Yep. And we the only one. Jay will get a freak motherfucking accident on that motorcycle.
Yep.
That shit. Look, did you know Roquan wrapped his motherfucking Lamborghini on State Street? And then that's when it was like, Roquan, can we speak while you've been absent for a week? And remember, when it was on a hush, nobody would talk about it. And like motherfuckers usually be like, yeah, well, I had a family situation and no, nobody even saying nothing about it. But they said, hold on, it's a Lamborghini wrapped over here on State Street around this damn pole. Like, who the fuck was speeding? And somebody said it was a Bears player. I put 2 and 2 together. Shit, it was Roquan who did this shit. But we usually get dumb. Like even dude who unstoppable. Who the motherfucker that got locked up and for drug smuggling, selling drugs?
Shoot.
The wide receiver, bro. I think we signed him from the Saints or some shit. Like everybody should know what I'm talking about. Dex, you should even know what I'm talking about.
He was a wide receiver?
It's a big ass story. He was he got like $10 million worth of crack. Like he was trying to sell this.
The only one I remember was Darren Sharper.
No. Hold on, man. I wish I could look that shit up.
He was a was he a starter for the Bulls?
Hurd. Something like his
last name was
Hurd.
Talking about the Bears,
Hurd, yeah, from the Saints. Hurd. Yeah, Hurd, yeah.
Yep. That's what
I do remember him. Like yeah, from the Saints.
Hell yeah, we get people like that. That's who we get. That's who Chicago get, bro. Like I can't believe that shit that happened with the Cubs. Like was a Cleveland collapse. Cleveland should have beat us. I can't believe in my lifetime I sat there and cried when they won.
Samuel Hurd. Yeah.
Yep. When Chris Bryant threw that ball to first base and we won the World Series, I cried like a baby.
Hey, but remember that happened with the Cubs? With dude Bartman. Caught the foul ball?
Steve Bartman.
Yeah, yep. Steve Bartman. Yep, Steve Bartman.
He took the ball from Moises Alou.
Yep, Moises Alou. Yep.
Sure but that's how it always happened for Chicago, bro. We can make a sad story about Chicago sports, bro. That shit. Even Eddie Curry is supposed. He dominated out of Harvey, Illinois. He fucking dominated in high school. and he went and Mr. Basketball and all of that shit, and Tyson Chandler couldn't stand his ass because he knew like he was better than him, and this motherfucker is like going number one. Like really? Like out of Thornton, like who the fuck want? No, Thornwood, not Thornton, but like he got a heart fucking issue. Like our number one picks got bad knees, heart issues, or they fucking criminals. Like what's going on? Like, you know, for real. Even Patrick Kane. Hey Dex, do you know about Patrick Kane's sexual allegations that he raped some bitch or some shit like that? Like I mean, I don't want they swept that under the rug, but they tried to say he did something to somebody allegedly. I want to say, but yeah, they tried to sweep that under the rug. But no team in the NHL would trade for him because they said he was like a pedophile or some shit like that. But I can keep going. We signed Boozer, Unstoppable. We signed Boozer. What happened to him?
Everybody signed Boozer.
Boozer,
he
broke his arm or some shit, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he broke his wrist. They say he tripped over a gym bag.
Over a gym bag, bro.
Yeah. But you know who we were supposed to get instead of Carlos Boozer?
Well, that's when we were supposed to get LeBron now.
No. Yeah. But I'm saying not LeBron now. I'm talking about after they signed. We wasn't really supposed to get Carlos Boozer. We were supposed to get David Lee from the
David Lee. He went to the Golden State, yeah.
No. But the reason why we didn't get him because he got injured, and they said, shit, we can't get you injured, so they got Carlos Boozer instead.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, Carlos Boozer been a journeyman though.
Carlos Boozer was nice though. He had that little ugly ass jumper, but he was pretty nice. That motherfucker he was Zach LaVine.
Yeah. Hey, you remember? You should remember this, bro. The one thing that Carlos Boozer never he gonna have to take that to the grave. You know what I'm talking about, right?
His hair.
Yeah. That one time he came to the game and he had on that spray paint in his hair. I'm like, man, I remember when I first seen, I'm like, bro, what the hell did he do his hair?
Bro, my girl's cousin, the one that did his hair, bro.
Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah, real shit. Nobody would ever let that down, bro. That motherfucker thought he was crispy, bro. Look, if her cousin would tell the story, y'all crack the fuck up. He thought he was crispy than a motherfucker, bro. Like, but the motherfucker had got his head shaved bald. How you get your head shaved bald and think you gonna put that black shit on there? Like, what is gonna stick on? That shit nuts.
Right.
That shit nuts. I remember him being at the free throw line, dribbling the ball, then he wiped the sweat, and the sweat was black, bro.
Yeah.
We about to get up out of here, y'all. I'll pull up tomorrow, man.
All right, man.
Peace and love to everybody, man. Shout
yeah.
out Doug, shout out Starboy. Aaron, pull up tomorrow, man. Politics
Yeah, good talk, y'all.
Holler at us, man.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.